Okay, we're good.
Did
Hopefully.
you say dream?
The stream! What do you
Oh.
think this is?
All our fans are going to be confused that we're streaming so early in the day.
This
Apparently-
After
stream is-
streaming at like 7 p.m. at night previously.
True. I heard that, not to derail us too much, but I heard that Dream went to Walmart and he didn't want anybody to know it was him, so he wore his Dream mask.
We can't mention Dream on here because then we'll have to take a side in the Dream saga, and that will
No!
irreparably fracture our fan base.
I know all of the Dream stands are all of our subscribers on Twitch.
We
Jenna.
have none of those. Alright, give me a sec. I want to make my screen better. Alright, cool. Anyway, last we saw our heroes of Hyrule. Continuing on their journey to Inari's home, Gerudo Town, 11th Hour made their way through the dusty valley of the Gerudo Canyon Pass. The winding pathways narrowed and widened, and as they approached a major curve up ahead, our heroes were met with a rampaging Guardian Stalker, functioning at full capacity and already targeting front-rank Natara. However, the Stalker wasn't able to get enough shots off to defeat our heroes, and they were quick to rally, putting an end to the construct's terror. Aquila, having endured a blast, losing her horse in the explosion, was rewarded with a plethora of perfect Guardian parts, including a giant ancient core, the rarest and most difficult piece to retrieve from a Guardian. At the day's end, our heroes found a spot just off the road to rest for the night, during which a traveling merchant with a donkey passed by during Natara's watch. She was able to see through the illusory facade of the traveler and recognize him to be a Yiga foot soldier, but ultimately he did not stop to bother the camp, and they let him continue on his way. After an early morning conversation between Lorhanan and Aquila, primarily regarding Inari's mysterious magical canteen, as the morning sun rose, Lorhanan realized his eyesight had worsened. After Aquila was unable to help, unsure of the nature of the affliction, he turned to Inari, whose icy powers were able to restore the ex-Yiga's eyesight. Continuing onward, our heroes pushed late into the next day's travel time in order to reach the safety of the Gerudo Canyon stable, a crowded ranch that seemed to be unaffected by the malice storm from a few days prior. Here, Inari recognized her old neighbor and family friend Oket, who told her about Ferosa leaving a few months ago, right around the time everyone started to become ill. Meanwhile, Lydian recognized an entirely different thing happening and approached a potential dealer of sorts behind the stable. The man was offering premium mushrooms, but called off the deal after the bard's suspicious behavior. Returning to the group, that is where we find our heroes now. 11th Hour. It has been a long day of travel, and you are all exhausted, but having finally reached the end of the Gerudo Canyon Pass, you turn in for the evening, setting up a camp a reasonable distance away from the collection of tents and camps here at the crowded stable. Is there anything anyone wants to do tonight before going to bed? Otherwise, you don't feel like there'd be much reason to keep watch in such a well-protected area tonight. Or do you guys just want to rest and wake up the next day?
The only thing I'll do before bed is I want to go. Is there a shrine nearby? This little old stable.
Yes, indeed. There is one. Well, actually, I wonder. Hang on. I don't have the map pulled up. My map. The real map. Give me a perception check.
Oh boy. Hold on. That's a 15.
15. As it becomes, I mean, it is already dark. Dusk has certainly set in, but as the night has become a bit darker here over the course of the few interactions that have already happened at the stable, you do see a amber glow. How to figure out which one was which. I've played too much Tears of the Kingdom lately. An amber glow coming from atop the cliff to the south of the stable alcove here. It's not too high. Definitely be sort of a climb. Say like 50, 60 feet.
50 feet? 60 feet?
Approximately 50 in some areas. You could easily assess there's a lower part you could potentially scale.
That's a auspicious distance.
Huh.
But instead of risking falling on my ass and or face, I will hand the slate. Actually, no, I don't even have the slate. Lydian still has it.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'll just point it out to him and say we can either get it tonight or in the morning, whenever we move.
Did we already sleep? Because all my spell slots are back. I might have just preemptively done that though.
I think you preemptively did it because I just listened to the end of the session.
Okay, then.
I mean, it was pretty much like you guys are about to go to bed.
I'll fly up and get the shrine.
Okay. I will put you guys on the Sheikah Slate map. You fly up. Sure enough, there's a shrine. There's a small pond, like a small pool of water from perhaps a natural spring of some kind that seeps out of the kind of carved in much taller cliff once you reach the top here. That the water kind of goes right up against and almost floods the pedestal of the shrine a little bit. But no problem. You are able to get that. Let me zoom in so I can see it. This map is massive. Did it paste? Or does it stack? Ah, I see. I see how it pastes. Right there. And you guys
Nice.
are here. Yay! You have added that location. Returning to the rest, is there anything else anybody would like to do tonight?
For flavor purposes, because I think we've done this recently, so I wouldn't expect her to find anything. But and Nari will probably spend a little bit of time looking for more ore deposits.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Alrighty. 20.
Oh, certainly. I mean, you know, you guys are... You've been in the valley, but at the end here, there are very, very, very tall mountains on either side of the valley, to the north and to the south. It is a lot rockier here. There are... I'd say, honestly, with a 20, yeah, you find two. There's two in a cluster. Two common ones. If you would like to spend an hour. But you all did take a level of exhaustion by pushing on, I believe. That was the decision.
Yep, that's
so
totally
if you would
okay
like
with
to
me.
wait till the morning, perhaps. But if not, you are certainly more than welcome. You guys are quite tired.
She's gonna wait for the morning. But she's yeah.
Don't break my mining tools that I just bought.
No, she needs those. So but yeah, she'll make note of those and do them tomorrow.
Okay. Anything else for anybody?
I'm good to sleep.
Sleeping time.
Yeah.
CP night time.
Snoozing.
Snoozing.
No,
Yeah.
snoozing's banned. Snoozing is banned here. It's CP night time.
Yeah, okay.
The venom in that.
Yeah. You guys go to rest for the night. Wake up, gain the benefits of a long rest. The morning sun, I mean, the area is illuminated before the morning sun even rises high enough for you guys to see it, but sure enough, morning. The stable is getting up and functioning again, with the number of horses that are here. as well as people. What would you guys like to do today?
So, Jenna, quick comment. I, for some reason, had perception clicked for proficiency. I must have been dicking around in my chart. So, the previous roll was actually a 16, not a 20. So, I don't know if that alters or changes. I have no clue.
Can you just like undescribe some of the stuff you just said?
If I made it a 21 with Flash of
Flash
Genius,
of
would that be
Genius,
fine?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was,
Can you
like,
actually give us more?
I was like editing I think I was messing with my sheet last week, and I must have accidentally clicked things because, like, yeah, I had like proficiency in perception, and I like didn't notice until I saw my passive wisdom was a 14, and I'm like, Inari is not that perceptive. So,
I mean, yeah, 21, same outcome.
Lorhan-
You're fine.
Lorhannon, don't forget your D100 if you haven't today.
Yeah, I started with the beard, and then
Priorities.
Yeah.
and then my Firefox crashed.
Okay.
Too much beer.
But yes, it is thicker. 10 or lower does mean thicker beard. So
Ah, yes, the beard we
Wonderful.
cannot see.
Bright-eyed and bushy-bearded.
The beard we cannot see that looks oddly like the beard we can see.
Lorhannon, you look the exact same today. Did you do something different?
it looks like the beard you can see, only it's thicker, apparently.
What do you guys want to do?
I'm thinking through. Can I just like without RPing because it's too early for that? Can I just like generally ask around the stable like for tips to keep cool or where we might be able to keep cool in the desert? Some suggestions that people have.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a charisma check, I guess. Unless because you said you don't want to RP. Yeah, go ahead and give me a charisma check, just flat charisma.
13 charisma.
Yeah. People talk about a lot of foods and ingredients that would be useful for it. Namely, the most common that people use are chill shrooms. But I'd say a good piece of information somebody gives you is that scattered throughout the desert, especially along the paths, are hydromelons, which are so refreshing and very, very good for heat also, for dealing with the heat. But 13, yeah. Somebody else says that just being in shade is also enough to be out of the sun in the desert. At least in, people that you're talking to travel between Gerudo Town, Karakara, and here, and for at least those areas, shade is adequate.
Okay. I think, gang, then from my assessment with all the other travelers, I think we should be good with what we have. We have everybody's water on hand. I have 4 gallons. Lorhannon has 6 gallons. Natara has 9 gallons. I don't know about the Aquila and Inari.
The water math. Sorry, Inari requires what is it?
I think I already added mine to the sheet of holding. Were we supposed to keep them separate?
Yeah, I thought it was just one big.
I kept my. That's fine. You guys can take from the main pot, but I had a water for desert section underneath everything else.
Oh, I see now.
Okay, half as much water. So, water. How much water per day with the desert?
Also drink her bath water.
So this is the bath water. I forgot.
So if we were running low on water, she would be willing to share.
I would die. No,
not share that. Share her collective water.
Tara's bath water. It keeps us alive.
Fishy.
Yeah,
We're becoming bathwater salesmen. We're true streamers.
Oh
right
no!
now.
So, Sarah, this section is for not how much you'll need per day, but how much water you had. Because we did a water hunt, I think 2 or something days ago, where we were keeping water specifically for the desert. So this is how many gallons you have for that.
Okay, let me check my notes.
Natara is, speaking of, in her bag of water.
Right,
to,
of course.
hydrate.
I hope
Yes,
everyone at this stable loves watching us open a bag, watch our our Zora woman step inside of it, and then step out soaking wet like 20 minutes later.
It's like in every single cutscene in Tears of the Kingdom, for some reason, my Link is like dripping wet. I'm like, why are you wet, dude? Like you got why?
Yeah,
I didn't.
Yeah, but
I
do
didn't.
you have the CC hat? Are you the most stylish?
Yeah.
I do not yet. I did not finish that side quest because it involves politics.
Can I ask around the stable if people have seen stalkers running through the canyons recently?
Sure. We could do it the way Lydian just did, if you would like to, just to see what you can glean from people. Make a charisma check and see what you get back.
I think I'll be significantly less successful than Lydian, but I will do it nonetheless with my +0. That's a 10. I don't feel like it's worth boosting that.
No.
I'd say that there is nobody really seems to know what you're talking about. Some of them have never even heard of guardian stalkers before. But there is one crazy old Hylian man who's like, oh, I seen him.
There's always one.
Always.
There's always one.
Every stable. The one at Dueling
I've
Peaks just
seen him.
happens to be your grandfather.
Yeah. This makes me feel even worse, though, because I feel like it knew we were there. Like, it seemed like it was ready to ambush us, and that gives me the heebie-jeebies.
You're right.
Yeah, I would probably ask Aquila, if on that same note, is there any sort of like a targeting or a homing mechanism inside the guts of a guardian that would like allow it to do that, to your knowledge?
To do what? To just
To-
like...
to rather than just kind of patrol an area like I presume they would, like to kind of like be smart enough to anticipate where its intended target might be and then jump out.
I mean, they are the most intelligent of all the Guardians, as I've been told. And maybe there's good reason they're called stalkers.
Jesus.
On that note, Anari's gonna crack some ore open for no reason at all.
Rock.
Go ahead. So Anari will spend an hour this morning doing that. Mining tools, I believe, is strength.
Alrighty. That's a 21.
Give me 2 actually, just because I did say that there
Okay.
are 2 ore deposits.
21 and an 8, so...
Okay. Where's my items? Why is that all food? Oh, I have a separate one. Duh. Ore deposits. That would be helpful. The first one you find, Anari, you have some decent luck there. You are able to produce a sapphire, an amber, and some flint. You feeling pretty good. You go over to the next one, which is they're very close together. And it seems like after chipping away at this one, not as much good. You get another flint and a rock salt out of this one.
So 4, and then a rock
That's a
salt.
really good haul.
Yeah, Anari's
Yeah, not
kind of
bad.
eyeing that sapphire. She like almost wants to slip it into her pocket, but like she will add it to the group haul. No reason.
Jenna,
Ari is sus.
I have a question.
Warhannon, the most sus, is like, that seems sus.
I can now see you being sus.
Lydian, what you got?
I forget. Can we cook more than 5 things at a time for meals?
I mean, you can.
Okay, because I'm
I think
thinking.
the main thing with that is that cooking pots have a finite size, and adding too many ingredients, it doesn't really do anything for the dish. But you can. You certainly
Yeah.
can.
So, if I had put together at this point that using rarer ingredients kind of is a longer lasting thing, a longer lasting effect, could I suggest that we do our 4 ice key swings, or maybe 3 of them, and then like a Hinox tooth or like a Lionel hoof or something, so that we have enough heat resistance for all of us?
I mean,
Do we have enough heat
Inari
resistance for all of us with that?
Inari doesn't need it either, too. So if there's a way to limit, like if that helps at all.
What exactly are you putting in with these monster parts? We're just gonna, chew on T-Swing?
Well, it's gonna bring out the properties of the. I've cooked a dish before. It's gonna, make it so the sun doesn't hurt as much.
Lydian has made a potion and he's gone to a potion shop. He has the most potion experience out of all of us.
Yeah, but maybe at this very bustling stable where there are people who travel here, they might maybe have more potion expertise.
Or we could travel at night.
That's
we could go
another
vampire
option.
mode.
I mean, I have no objections to that.
I mean,
I think we should ask around first if we have more chill ingredients, because I don't think we'll make enough if we.
Well, not for food. I mean, we would just eat like a foraged food thing separately, and then also drink the potion. So.
Well, I just one potion's only for one person, right? Like, it's not a group thing.
I imagine so, right, Jenna?
Mm-hmm.
Fiddlesticks. Wait, what if we do? I mean, okay, so who needs it? 4 people need it, right?
Yes.
So what if we each take like an ice key swing and something else, and we all drink like a low potion rather than having potent potions?
I mean, we have no idea how long that'll keep us cool, right?
I mean, if we add more monster parts, it lasts longer, but we don't know that.
It's like if you add a more rare monster part, it will increase the duration. So like a dragon scale is like 30 minutes. But
can you imagine? Dragon scale is 30 minutes, and it's like 30 actual minutes in D&D. You get half a mile. I think that could work then.
Yeah, let's
But maybe it'd be good to ask around to see if we can get ice food here anyway, just for the future.
Yeah. Jenna, does anybody seem like they would be, besides the Rushroom guy, any merchants around, like Beetle or something?
I mean, there are certainly a lot of people here, but they all seem to be more. There aren't any like merchant tents set up. It's more of like people are living here type of thing than people are selling their wares here.
Okay.
I'm mad because I haven't.
Can I use my spyglass?
I can't. Never mind. Sure. If you want to use your spyglass and look at everybody around here. Well, no, actually, I would say trying to find like give me an insight check. You're trying to like read into people and see like what they, if they have any knowledge about a topic. Give me insight.
Insight's a nat 1.
Lydian, you're pretty sure that there is somebody here. One of the Garuda women here has got to know something about potions in the desert, right?
That one on insight means you're racist.
Okay. I'm thinking.
Needs to go for it.
Inari's mom is like a sorceress, I think, from our understanding or from our collection. So she's like this super powerful magical entity. So she probably told a lot of other people about potions and stuff. They probably know a thing or two about brewing potions. So I will do that. I'm going to ask the Gerudo women if they know anything about that.
Pretty much everyone you talk to is like, I don't need that. Why would I don't need to. The sun is fine for me. The heat is fine for me.
All right, but other people have other needs, okay? Okay, given that, I think just for the hell of it, I'm going to take our four ice key swings and let's say shit, we don't have a whole lot. I'm going to take our 4 ice key swings and I'll say our 4 moblin horns, and can I make 4 different heat resist potions with that?
You can try.
Okay. Cool. I'll do that then.
Okay, so in the pot, you are throwing in an ice key swing and a moblin horn, you said? Okay. For elixirs, it is different. I will need do I have it as
I can enhance your ability if you need me to, Lydian.
That might not be bad. Is that a first level spell slot for you?
Second level, but it's fine.
Yeah, maybe it's worth it just to make sure these turn out right.
Problem is, I don't know what ability it is.
I know, I'm trying to find where I have it. I'm pretty sure.
I think we've made it like performance in the past. I think you've often
That was,
asked
like,
how
food.
we want to
It's
cook
different
it.
That's how you
for
cook,
potions.
like food, but elixirs are its own thing.
No, that might be wisdom then.
I think it is. It's definitely wisdom. I'm trying to find if I have it as just flat wisdom, or if it's survival.
Either way, I'm giving you Al's wisdom then.
It's. I'm gonna do flat wisdom. It doesn't really fit survival. Just give me a wisdom check.
All right, so here is the first wisdom bump. That's a 12.
No, you have advantage.
Oh. That's a 17 on the first one then.
Okay, so you throw in the ice key swing and you throw in the moblin horn and you begin to brew it, trying to create a potion, and something is certainly made. It doesn't smell great, but it is like it's a muddy blue color, kind of. And there's kind of some chunks in it.
Oh.
Okay.
So
Nari's
you
watching
have
this enraptured.
been successful at what you've put in here.
I feel like Akila was watching and taking notes, and then it started to smell, so she backed up like 10 feet and is now taking notes from there.
So you said I was successful in this.
This looks like success to you.
You go to we'll say you put it in some kind of vessel for use for drinking, and as you do it, it really just smells dubious.
Oh
Really?
no!
So I
I
thought
think you failed.
no, because I
Don't you
failed on a
need-
17 cooking check.
Don't you need animals and like monster parts?
Well, if you want to cook the animals, like the critters and stuff, but I thought the Keese wings themselves were elemental, and then you just needed that and the monster part.
We're fucked.
Oh man, this might be a
All I'm
night.
God
saying
damn!
is
If we
I'm
need
not
like
drinking
cold
that.
darners or something, we're fucked.
Yeah, we need
We
to
might
go.
just-
We are traveling.
Yeah.
at night,
I will-
baby.
We'll just
Jenna,
have to
I will-
take a nap today, and then
I'm marking off one Keese wing and the Moblin horn.
Yeah. Sorry, I marked off all 4 of them because I anticipated cooking all 4 of them, but after I would see one of them, I would obviously stop.
Right. We did one at a time for that reason.
Can-
I would say
can
I would say too, like, you did roll a 17 on the wisdom. You would probably recognize that you didn't have what you needed to truly make this an elixir. You just mixed some monster parts. And the monster parts themselves have no qualities other than being monster parts.
Even the what do you usually cook with ice Keese wings to bring out their potency?
If you
Do you have to-
use
Oh,
if you use like a cold darner or a winterwing butterfly or something like that has cold properties, I think that the elemental monster parts will like bump it a little bit, but the monster parts themselves do not possess those qualities.
shows
Shit.
how much we've made potions in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
Literally
I
never.
Useless ass crafting.
Yup.
I totally god damn.
Sorry.
Okay.
I feel bad.
I will just I'm gonna dump out the dubious food. I'm not gonna eat it for any bit or anything.
Well, it was a good experimentation at least.
Thank you, Akila.
Okay,
That actually means a lot. That actually means a lot coming from you.
we'll just take a nighttime stroll through the desert, and it'll be fine. Karakar is not that far.
We'll need to put on our winter clothes then.
Oh shit. Yeah.
What would you guys like to do the rest of the day?
We
then?
can also make it freezing if you guys want to. We can make it blisteringly cold if we want.
Just to mess with people. I mean, are we like just gonna chill out for the day then, or like do we want to go somewhere else and do something else?
We do have the fast travel. We wanted to come back quickly.
I know that if I go to if I fast travel to Rito's stable, I could probably pick up some sun shrooms from Solella, and then that would be
We
extra
don't have
cold
a-
resistance.
We don't have a gate at Rito Stable.
Oh fuck, you're right.
I'll
Because
show
we've
you
been there. We
the-
didn't do this.
The map
We have
that
it at
has your
Warren Tower.
travel points.
Go back to Lorela is pretty much it, right?
Want to go check on
Well-
my sister?
We can go. We can go to the towers, right, Jenna?
Yeah, you can go to the towers.
I don't want to go back to that tower, man.
Oh my god, that's the. Okay, we don't have to go back there.
that was actually if we needed to get cold stuff, that was where we'd have to go to get cold stuff, probably.
Yeah.
So we
You can
could do
see
that
they're
if we wanted
constructing
to.
a second tower up there.
God, yeah, we can see their progress.
Can I
It's
quickly? Yeah,
So
Jenna.
funny, given the context of Tears of the Kingdom now of building more towers.
Jenna, can I quickly? If teleportation doesn't take any strain on the body or any extra time or anything, can I just zip back there just to see what is like happening at the little camp, the little like super patriotic camp?
They're not like, okay, whatever. Yeah, okay. You guys all watch Lydian kind of rise up in this blue light and then disappear. It's just you going, right? Nobody else is going.
Does anybody want to come with or no?
Inari can't show her face in that town anymore.
Well, no, Inari
Okay.
would. I mean, Inari honorably lost. She's cool, but she just would not want to go back.
Okay, I'm just gonna zip there and like basically check out the scene and then give everybody a report back.
Okay.
You're not gonna grab any chill shrooms?
If they're available, yeah. But if there's like riots and stuff for whatever reason,
Lydian, you first noticed how much colder here it is than where you were. You were not even in direct sun yet, and it was quite warm where you were. And the windy chill and light snow that is falling here in Tabantha is quite a difference, and almost like a shock to your system to go from one temperature to such a different temperature. However, you find yourself at the top of the tower here, and looking below, you see the few structures of like the houses that were below. They appear to be under construction and appear to be a couple stories taller than what they were, but still under construction. You can see the
okay,
people.
you were glitching through that. That was pretty
No,
funny.
really? Can you guys hear me?
I think the gist of it got through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
I just heard that you like. Yeah, I heard that there were just a few more stories than the last time we saw it.
Yeah. So I was. Did you hear anything about the cold? I said the cold too. About the cold.
It's
Yeah.
much colder.
It
Yeah,
was snowing.
Much colder, lightly snowing, shock to your system. You look down, you see that the 3 buildings that were there or I think there were 4. The 4 buildings that were there have since they are under construction currently, being raised taller, and you can see that the individual families are working on their own respective houses, as if in some kind of competition to see whose house can become the tallest house. The only one, I'd say only 3 of them are. The 3 houses of the 3 brothers. The one of the ex-wife of the one brother is still as is. But you can see everybody down there. They are hustling their asses off, trying to continue building. It seems like it's what they do.
Are there any chill shrooms around me or cool Saflinas while we're at it?
Give me a perception check.
It's an 11.
11. I mean, here. Yeah, there's a mountain ridge that is a bit higher than your elevation to the north, to the northwest, and you can see that there are some like clusters of bushes and things that you could potentially investigate for stuff if you want to go fly over there. It's not very far.
Yeah, I'll go do that.
Yeah. Give me a survival check, please.
That is a 13.
I'd say with 13, that's pretty good. You find 2 cold Saflina and 1 remaining, what are they called? The wild berries? Is that what they're called? On 1 remaining one on a bush that seemed like it was once full, and this one was just left behind.
So 1 cool Saflina.
2 cool Saflina, 1
and,
wild berry. Is that what they're called?
1 wild berry.
Yeah,
Great.
that's what they're called. Cool.
Okay, that's I don't think we have a wild berry yet, so. Yeah, I will I am going to this is a fruit, I guess.
Yeah.
Can I like pick up a twig or something, cast light on it and like throw it down into the village and then leave?
Yeah.
Just to like fuck with them.
Sure.
Make them think it's like a magic stick or something.
Sure. You you do that. At first no one seems to notice, and then one of the kids goes, "Hey, what's that?" and then you leave.
Cool. And then I'll leave.
Yeah.
I
And
hope they start a cult or
Good
something.
stuff.
you guys are just like, this is, I would classify this as playing God. Like, you are just fucking with all these different, I don't know. Anyway.
Well, yeah. You give me teleportation.
Or you teleport back to the shrine that you just got the previous night. You know, reemerge at the top of that little cliff above the stable, and then fly down to rejoin your group. Lydian was gone for all of like 5-10 minutes.
Nice.
I got flowers. Found them.
Thank you, Lydian.
Well, they're not for you.
Oh, still, thank you, Lydian.
You're welcome.
They're not for you. By the way, fuck yourself.
I don't know. Do you guys want to play cards or something?
Yeah, wait, let's see. What we all got?
Nah.
Play cards in the cool casino I built, or play cards waiting to traverse a desert at night.
I don't know.
Some people have moral compasses or something. And think that it would be irresponsible to make a ton of rupees at a casino.
I can only see us ending up in jail if we go to that casino. There's only one path out of that casino,
Yeah.
and it's us in prison.
The recreation center or whatever.
No! What would you guys like to do?
Did people not see how good I was at lizard racing? I mean, come on.
The game of chance, yeah, you were real good at that game.
You were pretty good at that. You did rip ass.
Why would you say it like that?
No, it means like it means like you did really well, right? Like you ripped ass.
Oh god.
Right, yeah, that's what that means.
What do you guys want to do? Do we just want it to be nighttime, or do we want to keep doing this?
What's wrong, Jenna? What's the problem?
The problem is, I want you guys to see Gerudo Town. That's the problem.
This is some high quality RP.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just want to rip ass.
Sarah, are you ready for us to be in your NPC town and be there?
No. That's gonna be such a fucking nightmare. We're gonna
I'm happy
get
we're
in
just
and
waiting until nighttime then, so we can head out.
yeah, I am too. We can like
Yep.
play cards.
Let's.
Quote
It's been an
unquote.
hour. Let's actually get on the road. We'll play
Actually,
like
we
some
could
games
we could
or
leave
something.
like a little early. Actually, no, we shouldn't do that. Never mind. We should not leave early.
Yeah, I don't. I
was
yeah,
gonna
let's
say,
not.
basically
whenever we
use
feel like-
we could use the Blizzrod to make it cool, but then it'll be nighttime and it'll be freezing.
Oh yeah.
Get hypothermia and die.
We'll get
Backup
hypothermia in the desert.
characters.
Jenna, can we just get ready to go whenever we feel like is cool enough? Like maybe after the sun just set or something. Whenever we feel like it sets back to a neutral temperature.
Yeah, you can keep an eye out for that. But if there's nothing you guys want to do the rest of the day, you hang out here at the stable, waiting for the day to pass, and eventually, good, couple hours later, the sun that had been baking down on you over the middle of the day sinks behind the view of the valley, though you know it's still up. Maybe you make your way over to the entrance to the desert and just to watch it set. And as it does, you feel the temperature, the heat of the day begin to change. And for now, it is temperate. You guys would like to head out.
Let's go.
Let's
Enough
hit the road.
enough dicking
Guys,
around.
You're gonna love Karakara Bazaar. It's incredible. I'm so excited.
Have you ever been there?
I mean,
Once.
it's like okay.
It's like
I'm
okay.
ready for
Wait, there's some conflicting opinions.
Sarah's excited about something, Ben's gonna be like, yeah, it's like, all right, man, I guess.
And Ari shoots daggers at Lorena and doesn't say anything, and it's just like
I mean, I guess
continues.
the first time you're there, it's like, ooh, like this little pool of water in the middle of the desert. But like,
Do you want to not go to the bazaar because you can just walk straight to Gerudo Town if you want? Like we can skip it.
no, we have to stop because we can't make it all there in one night.
Yeah. So you guys are gonna love the bazaar.
Inari, when were you there, and like, what did you do when you were there for the first time?
I was there right when I left for this trip, so I have been there recently, and it's lovely. It's just a little thick of water, and there's merchants, so we might be able to stock up on some things, and there's a place to rest, and I've heard rumors of some other things. Well, really, there's mostly just an annoying bow there. There's a great deal of annoying bow there. Well, so.
Oh, okay.
It's good for
It's-
like gathering intel and like spying on people. Like it's really just work there every time.
Trying to assassinate the princess.
Like, I guess maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I have.
This reminds me of
like,
work, man.
I've never been there for fun, so.
Well, you don't have to work anymore.
Yes, Lorena, you can get in the water. You can buy some trinkets. You can enjoy the hotel.
What exactly is the purpose of a trinket?
I mean, there could be many purposes. Like you could use it to remember like fun times you've had at places, or you could use it to remember a person. Like
I have trinkets all the time.
Have we had fun times during our travels?
Well,
I have been collecting trinkets to remember.
I think we've given out a couple of trinkets. Like I gave I gave your voodoo child a trinket in Hiteno Village.
Oh,
Yeah.
so yeah, you did.
You've been mostly collecting curses, not trinkets.
Same thing.
I'm trying my best. It's sort of, in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, we could try looking for more trinkets. Maybe there'll be something that calls to you at one of the merchant stalls when we get there.
Will it literally
I'm gonna
call
dig in-
to me?
No,
or-
no, I know some of the other things that you interact with call to you, Lauren, but nothing at these stalls will probably do that.
This will just be something that you think looks cool.
Yes. It's like collecting things. Do you collect anything? Like, did you...
That's not really collecting. Not really part of the, Iga culture. I mean, we know about it because we have to, study other cultures to be able to efficiently infiltrate them. But,
Oh, I guess that makes sense. I mean, I collect all this jewelry, so we'll find a little. Maybe we can get you invested in something. We'll figure it out. But it'll be a fun time. We'll make it worth it.
I'll follow your lead then.
I will say there are Gerudo guards there, so if we all collectively agree to be on our best behavior when we get there, that would be quite lovely.
We're just gonna all have a circle around Lord Hannon's.
Is that
like...
directed at me?
I mean,
It's
I
directed
think,
at everyone.
yeah, I mean, I think Lorhan and you'll be, I don't think they'd be able to tell.
Right, everyone.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Just don't say anything odd, and we'll be fine.
I've been there dozens of times. I know what to say.
Yeah.
Are there going to be other Yiga there who would recognize Lorhan?
Oh,
I don't know.
that's a good point.
I mean,
It'd certainly be an easy way to ingratiate ourselves with the Gerudo guards is to stomp a Yiga in front of them.
Good word.
Yeah.
stomp.
No, ingratiate.
Yeah, that one.
I prefer the stomping part.
Stomp, ingratiate, rip ass.
I mean, ingratiate is a very Yiga thing to do. So I'm well familiar.
There's like a couple modern poets in this group right now.
Jenna, I was looking in my bag during the trinket discussion. I was looking in my bag for anything that could be considered a trinket, and I saw that I have a bouquet of flowers. I think that they were the charmed flowers. Are they still like alive? Because they're charmed, so I don't know if that would add to their lifespan.
I would say no, they're probably not. They're probably dead at this point.
Okay, I will remove the flower remains from my bag.
I gotta check on my malice sample at some point and see if it's still there.
Is the lizard still in the bag of holes?
That's a good
Lizard
point.
like Ganon crawls out of the bag. You fuckers put me in here.
All right. So, I mean, I imagine you guys are leaving your horses here. They can't traverse the desert, unfortunately.
What horse?
Correct.
Say
Yeah.
goodbye to my camel.
Not talking about Aquila here. Are you guys just leaving your horses to roam, or are you going to board them?
I'm just gonna get rid of my camel.
Yeah,
Money.
not you and Ari.
Too.
The other three.
Sorry.
The
I
other,
think we just
Lorhannon, Lydian, and Natara. What are you doing with your horses?
I lean towards just letting them roam.
Yeah, they won't know if they're like unregistered horses. They'll just blend in.
Someone will
It's like-
definitely steal them.
It's
Like,
really.
you should say goodbye to these horses if you leave them here. Like I think you should. I think you should let them roam, but they're not going to be here when we get back. Someone is definitely
My
stealing that
horse
shit.
doesn't even have a name, so
That's so sad.
my poor horse.
It's honestly better off if they get like put in a merchant caravan. They have like 20 years added to their lifespan.
Hmm.
Aquila would know. She's
I know. Yeah, I'm basically like the kiss of death for horses. Both Anari and my horses have become imaginary in the last 5 minutes.
So you leave your horses behind, and for my knowledge, is LG loose or bagged for this journey?
I'll let them roam.
Isn't that the question?
He was loose before.
Okay,
that's for
I'm
sure.
just making sure. But
LG stands for loose goose.
Yeah, always assume he's out unless we say we specifically bag him.
in the like nice cooling dusk hour of the day here, you guys pass underneath the Gerudo Desert Gateway, this massive naturally occurring rock arch that towers above you guys, naturally formed sandstone, sort of to say welcome to the wasteland. You guys pass under the threshold and climb down the rocks to the sand below, still hot from the day. And set off down what appears to be some sort of path as you set out into this limitless dry sea. Your feet sink a bit into the sand as you step. For Inari and Lorhanan, this is quite familiar. For the other three, maybe a little surprising of how much you sink as you walk and how much it impedes your speed and progress. But nonetheless, you guys begin your way, following the path, which is somewhat difficult to see, but easy enough for those native to the area to follow. Are you guys doing anything as you travel through the desert here?
I'm definitely looking for hydromelons, personally.
Good call.
I probably also would be.
Yeah. Anybody who is looking can go ahead and you can give me perception checks for it, I'd say, because you're doing it in passing.
I need to change to the 12.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 21.
21?
I got a 23.
23. The people you had spoken to at the stable, Lydian, were not wrong. There are plenty of hydromelon along the way. They're pretty easy to spot because they're not quite right on the road, but you can certainly see as the moon rises and the sand begins to reflect the moonlight and its temperature drops. There are definitely kind of shaded oval ovalescent spheres. Is that a good? Yeah, there are certainly these like ball-shaped forms that do not look like they belong in the landscape, and you guys veer off every time you see them, collect. And I'd say that given your ability to your somewhat newly found abilities for survival, but like just increased abilities, you guys are able to harvest all of them that you come across. I'd say over the duration of the entire journey from the Gerudo Desert Gateway to Karakara, you guys will probably end up with no, we'll say 10. I was like 8 or 10, but 10. You guys stop along the way each time you see them to collect, and we'll end up with 10 by the end of this travel period. Anybody doing anything else while you guys walk?
I think so. I think Inari's just vibing. She's having a great time. I mean, she's nervous, but she's happy to be home, so.
I'll work on Lydian's map while we go.
Yeah. Certainly. It's easy enough to follow along. You guys are pretty much on a straight path. Give you this. And there's really nothing around for a distance. Anything else? Did you guys travel through the quiet desert night?
Suppose Natara will also probably try and keep an eye out to make sure that there are no additional Yiga traveling on the road at night.
That's what I was going to say, that I would probably be kind of on higher alert, looking out like along the road, but also kind of glancing over where off in the distance the Yiga hideout is.
Both of you can give me separate perception checks for that also then, just to be on alert.
I got an 18.
I got a 12.
18 and 12. Okay. Yeah. The it seems that like as the night goes on, it just continues to get colder and colder and colder, and it is a good thing you guys have your warm clothes. Otherwise, it is a pretty still night. No one traveling on the road. No one seems to be in the distance. Lorhan and you don't see anything really coming from the direction you glance, specifically, occasionally. Yeah. But, sure enough, just as... Okay, this is the paragraph I was not looking forward to because I really wrote it for, like, sunset time, but now it's, like, sunrise time, so things are going to be a little bit backwards. So, that doesn't have... Okay. You...
We've ruined everything for Jenna.
I know.
Once
I
again.
had a really, really nice paragraph, and there are just so many things fundamentally wrong with it. Like the sinking sun in the western
no, you'll
sky
have to
blinds you all
improvise.
throughout the evening as you
Leave her
continue
alone.
westbound for the oasis. What'd you say to me?
I said, oh no, you'll have to improvise. And then John said, leave her alone.
I do most of the time.
He'll send a Molduga down that road.
I want nice descriptions for things sometimes.
You know what? You read the paragraph that you wrote, and we will do the mental gymnastics around it, okay? We will figure out that it is nighttime. You go ahead and read your beautiful paragraph.
No. It's fine.
Instead.
Yeah.
You guys push onward, and you push onward and arrive just as the lit lanterns around the water are extinguished. Tall palm trees tower above, bordering the ornately woven tents set up around the sparkling pond. It is morning. People are just starting to rise as the sun rises from behind you guys. Despite, it being early morning, the people here do not bustle around like in most of the other towns you've seen. Instead, they leisurely move between tents, chatting, relaxing, otherwise just generally taking it easy. And as the light of day fully sets in and illuminates everything, as you guys fully arrive here, a multitude of aromas emanate from these tents. Storefronts are getting set up outside, many of them of which feature food. More predominantly, the smell of grilled meats begins to come from a scarlet tent where a large cooking pot is set up. But there is also a sweet smell of baking, and it comes from a much smaller, faded tent at the edge of the row of merchants along the north shore of the pond. In the distance, across the pond, a structure built of boulders stacked atop one another sits, strung with multicolored fabrics and ropes, and an open doorway and window can be seen at its base. I'd say anybody who wants to can make a perception check, but Inari especially, please do.
Yes, already.
Oh,
I'm going to play the Karakara music.
Please do. As the sun rises and the town becomes alive, instead of winding down.
That's right, baby. We're here. It's morning, not night.
Yeah.
I got a 15 on my perception check.
15?
Nari got a 6.
6. Anybody else?
I got a 24.
Okay. I'd say that Lorhanan and Natara, you guys remember that before you set off, Inari had warned and mentioned about the guards that were here. Neither of you guys see any guards here.
Wee-oo.
Oh, God.
This is a red sus emergency meeting moment.
It's a tarp.
Cool. I guess, do I recognize anyone who's here?
You had a 15?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'd say no. No, nothing. Nobody strikes you as odd or out of place. Everybody that's here, you've either seen here before, except for the lady at the tent where the pie smell is coming from. But she just seems more out of place, like you don't recognize her, than like she's probably a Yiga.
Anar. Oh, sorry.
Anari. Oh, sorry. I would ask Anari if they like change out the Gerudo guards here. Like, could the guards who were here have traveled back to Gerudo Town and then gotten sick, basically, and then there not be any guards here, or is it like something else that would be the reason why they are not around?
Anar, after not noticing that there is like 0 guard presence for like a solid 30 minutes.
Oh shit.
No, I mean, if there was going to be a change out, they wouldn't leave until there were other guards here ready to replace them. Something's up. I don't know what, but something's off. Does Inari recognize any of the Gerudo here? I know, I apologize in advance. I feel like I'm going to be saying that like.
No, that's fine. I'm just gonna have you anytime. Just give me an insight check to like recognize or yeah. I think insight works for that.
Yeah. Let's see. 5.
Going good?
Not really. I mean, you recognize them in the sense, a similar sense to what I said for Lorhanan. Like, you were here not too long ago, like 4 months or so ago, and you recognize the fact that there are a lot of tents set up here, and the same Vi that are operating those tents are still there. Yeah, that's pretty much, it's familiar in the sense that you were here once. But not that you know anybody specific.
Anyone... Yeah, that's fair. I mean, does anyone look sick here, or does it generally seem pretty...
No, I mean, to all of you guys,
chill?
It seems business as usual here.
Maybe...
Are there... Go on. Sorry.
Oh, no. I was just going to suggest something, so if you want to ask something, you should go.
Yeah, I was just going to double check with Jenna if there were any Rito here that I would recognize from the village.
There is a Rito here. You do not necessarily recognize him from the village. He's probably a bit younger than your mom's. Maybe like in his 40s or something like that. But there is one who is emerging from his tent on the far side of the pond. You recognize him because his silhouette is far different than most of the other silhouettes here, and it's very familiar to you. But there is one male Rito here. Seems to live here.
Inari, you can feel free to finish up anything that you were going to do, any investigations, because I kind of jumped in front of you. But after you're done, then I'll talk to him.
We're all here together. Inari might go into the stacked boulders to kind of investigate. And she probably rested there before, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She'll chat with them.
This... You know this to be the Karakara Bazaar Inn. You enter. You did stay here. It's very familiar. The middle-aged Gerudo woman you met here before, Kachu, still here managing the inn. She sits behind a front desk, kind of just writing something, looks up, and kind of, knowing the time of day. Vasak. Looking to stay?
No, my friends and I were just coming through. I just noticed there's no guards outside at all.
No, I think we lost their presence. maybe a month or so ago. They just, I think, needed coverage in other areas.
Okay. Nothing odd has happened since they left.
I mean, there is that super annoying stomping noise of whatever's in the desert. It, from time to time, becomes very loud, and it disturbs my guests. But honestly, business has been pretty fine, so I guess it's not making that much of a difference. It just annoys me.
Well, my friends and I are hopefully going to take care of that, but we want to get back to Gerudo Town first. I have some things I need to take care of with Buaria. I've heard there's illness.
Yes. Yeah. Seems like it.
Have you heard anything from people traveling through about what's happening in relation to that?
Many have just left because there's not much there, not much to do in Gerudo Town other than care for the sick. But the same merchants I usually see that travel between Karakara and Gerudo Town, for the most part, still are, though a couple of them I know have fallen ill as well. But all of the ill are staying in Gerudo Town. I believe at the, what was that tavern? The one that's been abandoned for a couple months? That's kind of
Oh.
that has become a place for the ill, as well as the barracks for the soldiers.
My
Like
mother's
you.
shop. Yes. I'm just taking a note on that. Yeah, I heard my mother fled Gerudo Town. Don't know why, but interesting.
I do not know too much about that. I can't say anybody that looks like you has passed through here, other than, I think you, before any of that happened.
Oh yes, I left. I'm coming back, but yeah, it was lovely the last time I stayed here.
Yes, well,
Fine inn.
we still have all the same amenities. If you would like to stay again, you are welcome, of course.
Do you still did they offer massages the last time Inari was there? Like, is that a? I can't remember if that's something this location
that's
offers
not
or
this
if it's
place.
like
that's
yeah, that's the one
Hotel
in Gerudo
Oasis
Town.
in Gerudo Town. Yes.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna do a bit, but all right, good. No bit will be happening. Well, I mean, thank you for sharing what you know. Is there? No, Inari wouldn't know that. Inari would not know that there might be someone here who could get everyone here resistant clothes. So I will not ask about it, and I will.
You were gonna ask. You were thinking about asking about the illegal way to sneak people in, like goes directly against your
Yeah.
your job and.
And I was gonna compromise all her morals so quick. No,
For
but
the crown. I barely even know her.
She should get cop privileges.
Cop privilege. I mean, you know, well, let me pull up the sheet. No, there's a Gerudo word for this. I'm trying to get good. It's using the Gerudo words. Well, Saxo, we're not going to be staying this time, but I appreciate your help.
Well, please let me know if there is anything you need.
Thank you. And Ari will just duck out and go and join the group again. Was Lydia, were you talking to the... Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and chat with the Rito just to see what's up with him.
Mm-hmm. Give me a second. Just swap between my two docks, my massive Gerudo Town dock and my dock for this session. Kara. Ah. Yeah, you approach. He has stepped outside of his tent and is lounging on a Gerudo woven blanket placed out front, just kind of enjoying the morning sun, just relaxing, taking it easy.
Hello. How do you do?
Very well. Funny seeing another Rito here.
Yes.
I'm Guy.
Nice to meet you, Guy. My name is Lydian. What brings you to the bazaar?
I live here. I've lived here for quite some time. I prefer the lifestyle here. It's very easygoing, and quite honestly, Rito Village is just too cold for me.
Real.
That's how have you been able to deal with the heat?
I prefer it. And I mean, it's not too bad here with the shade of the palms and the oasis.
Of it all, but make money to buy wares.
Homie, just heads up, you are seriously lagging for me. I don't know if it's for anybody else. But
yeah, I
okay.
missed a lot of what you said.
Tis unfortunate.
Hold on. It's fine. I'll just get my phone. Hold on.
Seems better now, but
Yeah, I think so. It just comes and goes. Oh, oh, okay. You're all the way over here. You still show? So... I don't care. Okay. The echo of I don't care.
Yeah.
Wait.
So, sir, what do you do for a living around here? How do you acquire money to get your wares from the shops?
I don't need anything from the shops.
You eat food, though, right?
Yeah, I just go out and get it myself. Yes.
This is so funny because it sounds like Lydian's like shouting at this guy from across the oasis.
Yeah.
I think it's better now. It's a little bit better now, Matt. Oh, I think it's too late.
No, he just is a man on a mission. Undeterred.
Oh no, he's back out here actually.
In two places at once.
Two birds, as they say.
That's right. That is what they say.
I've started doing that lately. I say like half of a phrase and I say as they say.
Two birds.
All right, need 2 birds with one stone.
Let's try this again.
Oh.
What?
No, just good.
Yeah, I know, because I have my phone instead of my dumbass laptop. Anyway, so you go out and find you find your sustenance yourself in the heat. What, like hydromelons and volt fruits and stuff around here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good for you then.
Just prefer this life a little bit more than what was up in the cold of Hebra.
I don't know. It's not that bad up there. I have a few folks. I think it's comfortable, but to each his own. If you have anything needed from us, my friends and I are travelers, and we'll be stopping in Gerudo Town, so we can go fetch anything you might need.
I'm good. I don't need much. Although the whatever is making all that rumbling here somewhere off in the desert, it's been quite disturbing for my peace. I don't know if there's anything you can do about figuring that out, but it's
What direction is that coming from?
at the south.
Can I look south and?
He kind of turns slowly, but very deliberately, and points with his big feathered wing towards a very far in the distance dust storm. It seems like it's coming from the sandstorm there. Occasionally it'll get close, but then it never hits us, and then it goes back. Strangest weather I've ever seen, but it has thunder or something, and it's very annoying.
We will see what we can do about changing the weather for you, so that you can have a fantastic time.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Keep it real.
No, Guy.
Hey.
No, I know. All right, guy, champ, sport. Why don't you keep it real and keep it cool or keep it hot? I'm gonna go talk to my friends.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Lydian.
Hell yeah.
It's like that bit from Drake and Josh, Buddy and Guy. But what was the one guy's name? Buddy. What was his friend's name? Guy.
Cool. So he didn't really tell me anything. Let's. Is there anybody else that seems like notable or important, or should we just get to sleeping?
The lady selling pies seems notable to me.
Anari wants to purchase some pies.
Specifically notable
so-
to my stomach.
Apparently. Not sure
Feel
why,
free.
but
I would also say, for notable to people, Natara, there is a large pond here.
Nice.
Just for the sake of you being able to deal with
Not
that.
having to go into a bag.
Yeah. Little refreshing thing. But who wants to do it first?
I guess I'll go. I'll talk to the pie lady.
Yeah, you guys have made your way across the pond to the Karakara Bazaar Inn, and where Guy the Rito was. So you make your way past all the merchants selling all kinds of fruit, and there is a really good smelling stand that there's a mother-daughter duo cooking or grilling some meats. But you come down to the far end where a small, pretty tattered, faded tent is set up. It seems like it's Gerudo fabric, but just very, very old. And from around the back, a little plume of steam smoke from cooking is coming up. You can easily see over it. It's a pretty small tent, and there's a little cooking, like sort of clay-ish baking oven that has been set up, and there is a little old Gerudo woman, not in the clothes of many of the others here, in much more faded, older looking clothes that just seem a little bit different in style. She kneels in front of the oven and is kind of using a wooden spoon or paddle of some kind to kind of just like move the pie around in the oven. And that is the sweet source of smell that has, everybody's mouth watering, basically. It smells really good.
Yes, I'll say I couldn't help but notice that your food smells delicious.
Oh, hello there, sir. Thank you. This is Oasis Pies, my new pie shop. Just opened about a week or two ago. If you'd be interested, I would love to give you a sample before you take one home for yourself.
Well, sure.
What you're smelling here, the reason why you probably think it smells so good, this is my specialty. This is my chili fruit pie. It is so, so, so good. Once it's done, I'll give you a slice if you'd like. You seem like a nice young man.
That sounds wonderful. What got you into making pies?
Well, I have recently retired. I was in the business of traveling, but it's just gotten too hard with that beast down in the south kicking up sand everywhere, so I figured it's time to find something else to do with my time, and I'm very good at collecting all kinds of fruits, mushrooms, and herbs across the desert, so I figured I might as well put those skills to making something, so I'm trying my hand at selling pies.
Does she seem to be telling the truth?
Give me an insight check.
Never trust a pie salesman. That's one of the first lessons we've learned.
I know, I was like, is she just a Yiga in
So
disguise?
It's higher.
What you got?
I got a 13.
Seems like it. She seems pretty genuine and excited about sharing her pie with you.
Okay.
Um,
And I'll hang around until her pie is ready.
yeah, she continues to chat about the desert and her time traveling. Just she's very spiritual in the way she talks about it. It seems she has a deep love of the desert. She says, there are so many wonderful places I've been. I'm probably the best at traversing the desert, quite honestly. You do not seem like you're from around here. Does not seem like you would be. So if you ever need any help, please let me know. If you want to see any of the sights, the ruins, there are so many wonderful places in this desert.
Well, how would you recommend someone like me get around the desert? No.
Quite honestly, the best way is sand seal. If you're trying to go somewhere fast without expending a lot of energy, sand seals are the way to go. I mean, they're quite easily spooked, they're quite difficult to capture, but if you are able to, there's no better way.
Sure.
And she finishes her pie, pulls it out, leaves it to rest for a moment before cutting it and offering you a slice. It smells so good.
I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it.
It
It's
is
a mistake.
It is very, very good. She says, pies are really, really so easy to make. Especially fruit pies, any fruit you want. Anything. They all work. You just need some sugar, goat butter, and some wheat. And that's it.
I'll just feel like less hot eating this pie.
Oh, certainly. The hydromelon that she used in this, it's very apparent from the flavor, is instantly refreshing. Even having just been baked and it being a warm dish, it is refreshing. And it feels like, sort of like the cooling feeling of mint, but watermelon. Basically, like watermelon and mint go together. Like it's that same kind of feeling, that kind of cools over your whole body, and you just feel very good. Seems like a genuine woman just trying to share some pies with a stranger because she loves pie.
Seems pretty sus. I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna ask her where I might find some good trinket.
Good trinkets. What kind of trinkets are you looking for? I mean, I have a few myself, and she gets up, like slowly for her age, like not slowly for her age, but slowly because of her age, but like pretty good for her age. And she ducks into her small tent and pulls out a couple things. She has there's this little, like, not little, but she has a sand seal harness that she keeps, and she just says, like, I had a sand seal a long time ago, and this is the harness that I hold on to from her, and it reminds me of that time. But then also, and she pulls out a necklace she has made of bones, actually. And
She's super rad.
I found these bones from a couple skeletons in the desert. I think they were Molduga or something like that, but I think it's their teeth. I think it's pretty cool. I made it myself. It's a little trinket.
I see. So, I'm clearly not from the desert.
I know, dear.
As you may have guessed, I'm someone who likes more adventurous things. So I know you said you know all the spots. So where the spot for an adventuring trinket like the teeth that you have?
Well, there is a place with much larger teeth, if you are interested in that, but it is quite difficult to get to. Not many do, but in the far, far southwest of Gerudo Town, there is a colossal skeleton, pretty much intact, and not many people can go that far, so it has been untouched. And I don't mess with it because I would like to keep it that way. I don't like to necessarily take from the desert too much. Just what I need. But that's a spot, certainly.
Hey,
Why don't you hold on to this? And she extends the necklace of Molduga teeth, basically, to you.
I'm gonna take it. Yeah.
I can't believe it, man. You get all the cool shit just by talking to women in this game.
Lord Hannon famously.
I think that was by dev design.
Who knows? Could be a cursed Molduga teeth.
You guys,
necklace.
you don't understand how
definitely
many
like,
times I'm trying to curse Lorhannon before this game's over.
Oh my god! I just realized she's like some sorceress in the desert. She's a sand witch.
The gnarly
Wow.
disguise.
But she thanks you for the conversation. Says, if you ever need anything, I'm Savima. I will be here making pies until I die.
So true,
Aw.
man.
It was so much rad.
I will put on the necklace.
Oh gosh.
She smiles. And then turns to continue making pies for the day.
I mean, I would have cracked up if the ground started shaking as soon as you put the necklace on.
Does anybody have? I guess you don't have detect magic or anything to see if it is magical or has any sort of like armor properties.
But don't worry. Later, I'm just gonna try to attune to it regardless or not.
Good.
So
Good stuff. Why wait? I can get a detect magic tomorrow. If you think it's worth it.
What else would you guys like to do here at Karakara?
Use
The
it.
morning is
Yeah.
in full swing here, and like I said though, nobody's really bustling. People just kind of leisurely move from place to place, if at all.
So we can see the Divine Beast cloud from here, most likely.
You can see far in the distance to the south that there is a sandstorm of sorts, which is not
Mhm.
uncommon for being in the desert. You've certainly, growing up in Gerudo Town, seen dust storms on the horizon numerous times, but now two people have mentioned thunderous stomping noises coming from that storm that seems to move closer and move further away.
I don't know, guy seems pretty sus.
There's a natural phenomena going on, so we have to be suspicious of it.
I don't know if there's stomping or something. I'm assuming that would be one of the beasts, right?
Kachu did say beast.
She did.
Yeah.
I think we know that there's like we've talked to people at the stable. I think who mentioned that it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
there, but like not that big a deal, right?
I'm sure there's a perfectly natural explanation for all of this.
Definitely nothing that we did.
No,
Um,
we're
Everyone knows. Everyone knows there are 4 divine beasts.
Yeah.
We've seen 2 of them.
Yes.
We know the nose snake
The nose
exists, and we know. Well, I guess we know that Sidon was going for something, and we saw the one on Death Mountain, right? So you know.
Yeah, there's no more. That's
yeah.
Yeah.
So when would we put this together? Like,
Well, I think Bellaria might have mentioned something in
Yeah.
the letter she sent me. Let me pull it
Someone
up.
said
Yeah, as far as the beast that appeared in the sands, it has not impacted us, and we have not had the resources to investigate it with our lesson numbers. So it's a new development. It is news to me that this was Urbosa's divine beast, but as mentioned, we stayed away as it traversed the desert. So
We probably
So-
actually already know because Vasakla was one of the
Yeah.
thousands that were maybe lost.
Yeah, so I think we put together that that's a beast in Gerudo Town. Sidon was talking about one of the beasts there. We know that the beast is in Rito, and then we saw the one on Death Mountain. So I think, and we've been to the other one. So I think we know that's 5. I would be down to just cook or something, and then like prep meals for the next day, and then call it, and sleep for the day, and then go back at sunset.
scry.
Oh yeah, we should try to scry.
Guys, it'll totally work this time.
Do I need to roll anything for that? I forget.
No, I do.
Okay,
Who are you scrying on?
That is a question. I feel like we should not try to scry on Ferosa anymore. Who else are we? Would we want like another contact in Gerudo Town, maybe?
Scry on Pokey.
Pokey. I have a feeling I know where Pokey is. So I don't know if she'd be in Gerudo Town. Yeah, I mean, we could do Pokey or like Bularia, but I feel like it would be, it'd probably be really easy to scry on Pokey.
Why don't we try Master Koga? Because Lorhannon knows Koga, right?
I mean, you don't.
It's going to be tricky, and he's also
Yeah.
the one who told us about
Casting
him.
the spell.
We could just do Bogey.
We could do Bogey again.
Just
Like,
check up on Bogey.
We did get some
my God,
interesting
man.
information last time we did.
Should we progress
Look.
the plot, or maybe the terrorist organization? Nah, we need this random guy.
Ferosa's not letting us progress the plot. We could just have fun with Bogey.
You didn't see that scout, right? It was
Oh.
Inari and Katara, or not Katara.
Katara.
Natara.
Yeah, it was just Inari and Natara. I'm gonna accidentally say Katara
That'd be cool
now.
if we could just get eyes on him and be like, yeah, we're gonna spy on your base, pal.
Ooh, that would be good.
We don't know his name though.
Yeah.
You know what he looks like though? Yika number 5.
We know what his Lydian doesn't know, I guess, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Also, my
I think you just
PC is
try
like
Bogey and go with it.
okay.
Yeah,
for the record,
better.
my PC is like refusing to turn on, so I have a manual dice here. Jenna, you'll have to just tell me my modifiers if I need to roll at all.
You don't need to
but
roll
I
for
will
scrying. I roll.
No, I know, but in the future, I will
Okay.
scry though. I will.
Who are you scrying
Yes,
on?
I know.
Either
I know.
Ferosa or Bogey is the go-to.
I'm gonna scry on Bogey, and I'll use that sketch that I made of him to kind of enhance that.
Can you send scrying so I can figure out the
Sure can. I just
PC?
said why.
Oh shoot. Don't be so mean.
You were mean to me.
Bogey. Need to see what his modifier is. Okay, cool. So I think it's a wisdom save. Can somebody
I saved it in actually just Google scrying 5e. That's what I do.
So
And then
what
I'll show
are we
you.
saying? We have second-hand knowledge.
Yes.
We have a
And we have
likeness
a
of him.
likeness.
Yes,
Okay,
correct.
so they roll a wisdom save he gets a +3 on top of whatever else he has.
We should write these down in our sheet so that we don't have to calculate it.
Yeah.
Good point. I should have that on hand.
Alright. Let me see. Your DC is 16?
16. Yeah.
Okay. Lydian, you go to scry on Bogey. Before the image even comes into focus, you hear a deafening crashing sound. You see Bogey, the massive Goron, finishing a swing of his mighty weapon as shards of rock and gem shatter everywhere from its impact. 26! He grunts as he rests the head of his stone smasher on the ground before him, as if keeping count of something. He turns to face another cache of glittering rock and hoists his weapon once again, though he does so effortlessly. He winds up and swings, shattering more rock and crystal everywhere. He continues with his count with another grunt. 27! Meanwhile, you see the others behind him. The Rito known as Pavilion, the Gerudo with unbelievably long hair, the Sheikah man with a bow on his back, and trailing behind them as they collect the gemstones, is the young Hylian man with red hair, collecting the pieces of rock salt and flint that the others seem to leave for him. Clearly the bulk of the work. Can you give me a perception check, please?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Can you check my perception mod in my sheet?
+4, 2, and then +2 from Jack.
So +6. That's a nat 20.
Oh my god.
Okay. I'm gonna manual roll from now on.
You then see the Hylian woman with amber eyes, whom Bogey addressed as Mova in your last scry. But she isn't helping the others. She stands over a map spread out over a nearby rock, weighed down at its corners with some smaller stones. You see that it is a map of Eldin, and it is marked to indicate a path that circles Death Mountain. She seems to be pondering something, pen in hand, just looking down at it, trying to trace out something from the base of the mountain to the markup around. But she seems kind of frustrated and puzzled, and she stands there thinking as you hear another crash in the distance. 28! And just continues like this. This is what they are doing right now.
Can I see if, from the last time that I scried on them, which direction they seem to be heading in? Like, compare the 2 points.
I mean, before, you were able to see that they were at some kind of hot spring area, like, early into, like, it seems like a not super hot area with some rock around. They are entirely surrounded by rock now. It seems like they are in, like, the rocky canyons of Eldin.
Mm-hmm.
Tough to kind of pinpoint a location here, whereas there was something a little bit more indicative of their location in the last scry.
Could I try to see where the volcano was in both of them, or no, would it not give me that kind of a view?
I'd say you definitely knew in the beginning that the volcano, in the first one, that the volcano was, Death Mountain was north of them. In this one here, more to the east.
Death Mountain is to the east. Okay, so they're probably traveling north. If Death Mountain is to the east, they're probably traveling northwest then. Okay.
It's more to the east. It's like northeast, we'll say.
Okay, yeah, so they're probably traveling northeast, or northwest. I think. Anyway, that's it.
Yeah, that's all that's happening. And the image fades out with Bogey smashing another one. 32! And the puzzled woman named Mova pondering over the map of Eldin.
Okay, they seem to be traveling in a west-northwest sort of direction around the Eldin region, kind of pinched between the volcano and I guess, like, the castle, technically, but either way, we will probably catch them if they continue moving in that direction. Whenever we go to Rito Village or something, I don't really know what their end goal is, but they seem to be collecting something.
Do you know what they're collecting?
Looks like rock salt and flint.
Oh, we're doing that too, so...
The others, the three that I listed, the Sheikah, the Gerudo, and the Rito, were collecting the gems that were dropping, and the Hylian was just picking up the remains. The scraps, the flint and rock salt.
So
Okay.
they were mining for gems primarily then.
Okay, we'll keep an eye out for them then. That's all they were doing?
Yeah, before they were collecting lizards, which makes sense for heading into Eldon, and now they were just getting gems. And he seemed to be counting them. I feel like they were probably mining for gems to sell somewhere to like make, buy some sort of expensive product or something. Is my guess.
Cry on us.
They are not going to scry on us.
Sounds like very normal survival behavior, not
Yes.
that of Yigas.
Well, no, I don't think they're Yigas. We just want to like gossip about them. I think we ruled that out.
Exactly.
I haven't ruled that out.
Oh, right. Well,
Yeah.
Lorhan and the conspiracy theorist is still going on over there, but
I mean, he's not. Until we've. Sure, I actually agree with him there. I think we should.
I don't personally. I don't think a Yiga would win a strength contest against those folks in Hebra. But I don't know. That seems like
Actually,
Goron.
probably could.
Yes, we've just happened to meet not you, Gorhanon, but like other very incompetent Yiga throughout our trips.
Most of them are.
They were by themselves, were they not? There was no other strangers amongst their group. It was just their group of party members.
Yes, just their party of 5 or so, I think.
If they were Yiga, why would they maintain their disguises in private?
Maybe they've been ordered to.
You make a great point.
I don't know.
I know we're all quite paranoid right now, but I think we should ratchet down the everyone but us is Yiga mindset that we
There are
are
definitely
slowly getting.
This is like the Red Terror.
Speaking of terror, I'm going to be very terrified if we do not come up with some plan for how we're supposed to get into Gerudo Town, considering that we're traveling with 2 bows. So
Yeah, that
maybe
is
we
an
should
issue.
discuss that. I know.
You're traveling with 1 bow.
That is true.
Maybe.
I guess.
And Ari just looks at Lydia and like,
Are there Rito Vo or just Hylian Vos are the only Vos?
well, in my sheet, there's a word for bird, so I would technically just call you a ver.
Wow.
But there's no gender to that.
He's
He's
just
probably a verbo.
Verbo.
stripped gender out of the equation, I guess.
I mean,
Vervo.
what is the purpose of keeping the men out of the town, Inari? This isn't trying to confront you. I'm genuinely trying to understand.
I mean, that's just the way it's been done for a very long time.
You said that
Jenna,
there
would
was...
I have like an actual like am I missing a game reason for this, or is there like a lore reason for this that I'm not aware of?
As far as you know, it's just the rules. And that's just how it always is, and that's what's reinforced, because no men are allowed to enter Gerudo Town.
I mean, also, have you seen the kind of men that want to enter Gerudo Town? I think we're doing ourselves a service by not letting them in.
What are the kind of men that want to enter Gerudo Town?
Very disgusting men.
Disgusting how? Like unclean or...
There is a perception of Gerudo women, because we live in this walled-off city full of women, where it like tantalizes men. They think they need to come into our city to see us, either to do trade or to woo us.
Okay, you're gonna need a disguise, Lydian.
I just have so many questions and so many things I could say in this discussion, but I think I will just say yes, I do need a disguise.
And Ari is actually like, much more worried about Lydian and Gerudo Town than she is about Lorhannon, I'm telling you, right?
It's not, like there's like I'm just thinking how does this, like, I feel like Lydian will be thinking about how, like, well, of course, if the only men that they see on a regular basis are the disgusting creeps that try to like sneak in there, of course they're gonna have a bad perception of men, and not like, why don't they just be more open-minded and try to like broaden the horizons? Then they wouldn't like have these perceptions about like groups of people. And I'm just trying to play peacemaker in my head, but outwardly I'm just like, yes, I will cross-dress. I will cross-dress to save the country.
Not all though. Like let's be.
Yeah, but also you're thinking this, and then the second you get in there, you're gonna be like, "Oh, go!"
To be fair, Inari is also going to be Awuga the minute we get back in there, but for very specific reasons. Inari's going to be like, we're not being perverts, and then she'll immediately be a pervert.
That's right. We're gonna have
So-
two people going awooga, and Morhanan is just like, "Don't be racist. Don't be racist."
The car is just fish out of water, literally.
Yeah.
Everyone is going to be seeing Azora for the first time ever, which is going to be
We are not gonna come across as out of place at all.
Maybe we should enter
You're
in
walking
like
how did I get here?
maybe we should enter in like staggered or something, so we don't like one at a time sort of thing.
I mean, I'm going to have to talk with Chief Richu, and I am going to want you all there because I have to justify why I need to be allowed to go near the Divine Beast once it's all settled, and there's no way she'll let me go by myself. I need friends.
Gotcha.
It legitimizes us if we're there as a group. We have a purpose, as opposed to me just being there.
I will yeah, okay. So I think we can probably come in, kind of staggered, like one at a time, get entry, and then all go do our own things in the town, and then when you need to like gather up friends to go do the Divine Beast, then it's like, okay, oh look, a Rito talking to the Rito, and somebody swimming up by the waterfall, and as if you're getting together at a party.
And he's literally just like, oh no, he's trying to make me lie. I have to lie.
I think honesty is the best policy in this case.
Yes.
In that I am a terrible liar, and I believe so is Inari.
It's not even that I'm a terrible liar. It's just that like it is quite literally against my oath to. I'm already like.
It will physically kill you to lie.
It is already painful that I have to bring both you and Lydia and Morhanan into town. Like it is paining me greatly.
Realistically, does anyone have disguise self?
I have disguise self, so I can give it to you if you need it.
Well, it's disguised.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Notably, the spell is called Disguise Stealth.
Oh,
Yes.
wait.
I may have
Yeah.
forgotten about half of
You're
the linguistics of this spell.
I know that I'm the guy who doesn't read his spells, but it's in the name for this one.
We're playing early, man. I'm like Let me see.
Gideon just turns himself invisible as we walk in and then just assumes it's fine.
Yeah, you know what?
If you appear, you're like, what? They let me in.
Okay. I got a good idea. Okay, actually good idea. Actually, never mind. Actually good idea. No,
Oh, I'm so
sorry.
scared.
Okay.
Sorry, I was thinking like
bad idea. But you think the cool pie lady would tell us how we could sneak someone into?
I don't want to.
There's no way. The Yiga might be able to get into Gerudo Town, but there's no way that there's another way to sneak in. We're too full. We got it on lock.
Just admitted that the Yiga can infiltrate your town pretty much whenever they want.
No, yeah.
I got a
I'm
plan.
not saying we're competent.
What's your plan, Matt?
Yes.
It is. So I was thinking at first greater invisibility, and then I realized greater invisibility only lasts a minute. However, we do have Shadow Step, so I can fly up or something, and then Shadow Step in, become invisible instantly, and then as long as I get to the apparel store, if you would point me in that direction, Inari, then I could just go there, and then maybe sneak a pair of clothes, change somewhere private, and then bada boom.
You want me to lie to help you sneak in and then steal clothes from the apparel shop?
We're breaking the law anyway. There's no legal way that this happens. I just want to preface that.
Okay, as my literal career is on the line here. Maybe we just find a way to disguise you here.
Is people live at this oasis, right? It's not just a temporary settlement.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a clothesline drying in the sun right now?
Yeah, let's look for something.
There probably would
Will
be.
it fit a Rito man?
Behind the row
It's
of
pretty big.
Yeah.
Behind the row of mercantile tents, there's definitely a clothesline strung between two palm trees with some clothes drying on it. If they fit a Rito man,
knowing what the Gerudo wear as well, they need only what the Gerudo wear, it probably is only like one whole clothesline.
Yeah, it's not gonna.
That's the
It'll
entire
fit you.
town's outfits are right there, like several strips of fabric.
Like if you go invisible and maybe look and see if one of those will fit you, and I'll turn around and look the other way and pretend I'm not seeing you do it. I think this is perfect.
Well, we could also just buy clothes from people if you want to do it that way. If you still want to like have legality in it.
Yeah, but will people?
There was
I don't-
one particular guy who was here who was like especially notorious for his interest in the Gerudo. Like,
Wait, what? What guy?
didn't you say there's
No.
some particularly?
There's just a bunch of merchants, though, who always seem to be trying to devise ways to get into Gerudo Town.
We should probably not hitch our wagons to them.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Jenna, I will be going to the clothesline and seeing what's there and if there's maybe like a face mask covering or a brassiere or something that is a woman's attire that I can pick up for myself.
Are you
A
going over
brassiere?
invisibly, like you had said, or are you just gonna go?
No,
over?
I'm just scouting and looking.
They probably got that shit on lockdown, though. They've got people with guns watching their laundry.
They're like a man looking at my brassieres. Can't.
Give me a
That's one of the
perception
two
check.
things I wear.
That is an 8 plus 6 is 14. I'll just leave it there.
Why is it +6?
Didn't you say it was 4 plus 2 or something?
Said it was 2 plus 2.
Oh, so 8. So that's 12. 12.
I mean, there are clothes here that are for the Gerudo Vi that are the merchants. There are also some Hylian men's clothes because there are some Hylian men that live here. I mean, the problem is like the dimensions. The shape of the Rito body and the shape of the Gerudo body are vastly different. And it doesn't seem like there's anything here, and certainly not a face covering. There aren't too many people. There honestly, I don't think you'd see anybody here that has any sort of face covering down where you are.
So, my backup plan is, can I make a quick scan around the bazaar for like the shadiest person I can see?
We have scarves, right, from our winter outfits.
Do we, Jenna?
Yeah, I think it came with scarves. Yeah.
You can use one of the scarves as like a face covering.
Inari, not to bend your morals even more, but like, what do you think would be necessary for me to successfully get past the initial guard? Like, how many pieces of clothing?
And Ari will look you up and down, like very scientifically. Well, if you come in with me, you will have the backing of an actual guard, so maybe then we wouldn't have to work as hard in terms of clothes. I will say this, and she just motions to your entire outfit, looks very masculine, so you will need to feminize yourself a bit.
This is the first time I'm ever hearing this in my whole life. You look too masculine. Like you, Lydian, you look too masculine. You need to be more feminine.
Yeah, get it. Like we just need to get you in touch with your feminine side, which any
Just
man,
think what
any
your
bow is
mother wouldn't
capable
do.
of. Yes.
Right.
We get the scarf. We wrap it around your head that covers up your face for the most part.
Sure.
And
Why
then
did you say it like that?
I don't know, Akila. I'm just thinking. Can a girl
Let her
think?
cook. Let her
me
cook.
Can you speak in a falsetto?
What?
Oh no, I can do that easy.
True. Okay.
I can do that.
Can you try it out right now?
Hi, Nori. How are you doing today? I am just having a wonderful day being a Rito woman.
Maybe you should be mute for this. This
I think it was
maybe.
pretty good. I think it was pretty decent.
Um.
That's exactly what Rito women sound like. I have I know what Rita women sound like.
Okay, let's work on the clothes because we can at least work on that. We'll do some vocal training on the way there. We'll make a game of it.
All right.
Let's see.
So the scarf for that, and then for the body attire, would it help to have some more? I mean, lots of Rita women have reddish tones. Maybe some purples or some pinks or something. Is there anything that I could drape myself in that would maybe be like, oh, definitely like rather than all my blue feathers?
I mean, we could look around for some spare fabrics. I don't think we have any like feather dye here. It'd be very interesting if we could do that. But
Jenna, can I look around for any of the not the clothes, but like any of the ornamentation? If there's like some of the rugs like hanging off stuff or any pieces of fabric around the bazaar.
There are fabrics that are stretched like between palm trees that go above some of the storefronts, like the mercantile tents, just for added shade and protection from the sun. But they're in use. I'm sure if you were to try to investigate some of the storage areas where there are like crates and things, crates and vases stacked with things, you might have a chance there. Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check for me then.
Yeah. Can you tell me my investigation mod?
My computer's slow. Three.
Cool. That's a 15 total.
A 15? Yeah, you can find some fabrics. They're certainly not like clothing fabrics. They're definitely a bit thicker for more commercial purposes, but you find some. And, I'd say too, it's probably like a reddish purple kind of color as well.
Can I kind of like, well, first of all, take some out of the crates and then kind of mime like putting it around myself, trying to like fit it as if it's like a tube top or something?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty long. It's kind of like almost like a curtain length,
Oh, okay. So it'll be like
yeah, we could like tear it. Like we could like tear it, and we could do some like work to make it look more normal.
Yeah, we'll give it to Akila. She's good at tinkering.
Yeah.
Tinkering is different from
Resident fashion designer.
I will use one of my slashing weapons to cut this into cut off a piece of this fabric, like a sizable piece of this fabric for me to wear.
Yeah.
Anything else? Are we just gonna like? What?
You've got the clothes.
Yep.
The voice, somewhat.
I could just like give like and like little waves and stuff, like be shy.
That could work. You'll just have to like own that. But yeah, I think if we've got you the way we've got you right now, and then we just head in together, they'll see you with me, and it'll give you enough street cred where they won't immediately question what's going on. And then we'll get you a better outfit once we're inside.
So that's me covered. Lorhannon, do we have any plan?
I
just disguise.
Can disguise myself. So
okay, and then that's everybody, right? So.
I say, showing off my feminine voice.
That's pretty good.
Oh boy,
that's pretty good.
She's also apparently British, so we gotta wait for that.
This is Doubtfire.
Wonderful. I vote that this is definitely Mrs. Doubtfire territory. I vote that we just continue practicing our feminine voices as we. What time of day is it? Because we gotta sleep here, right?
It's
Yeah, we should
probably
sleep here.
close to midday at this point. You guys have been doing things
We're
here
gonna
all
go
morning.
to bed. Like we're gonna sleep.
You
Like,
guys
soon.
are very tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just practice, and I don't even know if we need to keep watch necessarily. We're in a civilized area. I mean,
They're
And it's daytime.
definitely eager here.
yeah.
I
I
guess
guess, yeah,
maybe they
we'll
won't
just keep an
try
eye out for
anything.
them.
True. I mean, I'm willing to take a watch, so we need to. But yeah, maybe we should get some rest.
I want to try to attune to my necklace.
All
That
right.
may or may not be magical.
We should take a break now. We will come back with the Night in the Watches, or lack thereof, in a couple minutes.
Sounds good.
need to turn it on. You just need to turn your laptop on like 2 hours before we start session. And then
This is brutal. What kind
Like
of
sit
what
in the
time?
Discord for 2
for
hours.
2 hours.
Katie,
Just
what
need
kind
to
of
warm
laptop
up.
do you have?
It's a Dell.
Oh, it's a Dell. I thought Dells were usually faster because my work laptop is a Dell and it runs so fast. This is a Lenovo ThinkPad and it sucks.
The perception at our work is the opposite. That the Dells are shit and the
Really?
are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got my Dell in like 2021 and it still runs like super fast. So I guess I don't have like a bunch of like shit programs on it and stuff. Like, I'm not trying to run Roll20 in my work laptop.
Correct perception is that all computers are shit. Every single one.
So true.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, mine is like 5 years old at this point. So
I think mine is also 2018.
All right. Well,
and keep get a new one. But
um, good to jump back in. Do you have music capabilities again, Matt?
I will about that. Be right back. It's still not loading quite everything. So, John, do you have the link in the music channel there, or do you need it?
No, I got it. I'll just repeat your command that you did before.
Okay, and then make sure to loop it if it's not looping.
Boy.
Well, planning to rest for the not evening, but for the afternoon here. Is there anything anybody would like to do?
So we're keeping watches. Or not.
If you want to.
I feel like we're good, but if we're worried about the ego, then I'm willing to do that too.
I mean, stay up a little later, and then take a first watch. And if I think things are sus, then I'll wake up an army.
Sounds good.
Jenna, before we sleep, can I try my hand at cooking the cool Saflina, right? No. Yeah, we have a cool Saflina, right? Yeah, I just added it.
You just got two.
The cool Saflina, and then, one of the cool Saflina, and then 3 hydromelons.
Yeah. You would like to cook?
Do I feel like that would be enough to feed? Do I feel like that would be enough to feed 4 people?
Not quite 4. The Saflina doesn't really count as food necessarily. It doesn't count as much food, basically. If you have something else.
Then I'll just. Yeah, I'll just do. I'll probably do 4 of the melons then, and then 1 Saflina.
Okay. Yep. That would be good. Go ahead and make your check.
This isn't also to eat right away. This is just to kind of have on hand to have a meal prepped.
Sure. You have a vessel specific for keeping food.
What is it? Wisdom or something?
It's however you're going about cooking it.
I would cook it. I guess I feel like survival cooking, probably trying to bring out as many of the elements that are desired as possible.
Yeah, that sounds like wisdom. How to make a wisdom check.
Is my wisdom mod just 4, right?
I don't know. Let me pull up your sheet.
Yes, it is. It is.
Okay, that's a 16 then total.
Okay, 16. Okay, let me try and close your sheet because they take so much longer.
We drink
I'm
1.5
sorry.
gallons a day now.
What's that?
We drink 1.5 gallons a day now, or is it 2 gallons a day?
It's 2 gallons a day now.
Okay. I'm gonna subtract that off.
Yeah.
You still drink half, Sarah, or is it 1.5 for you?
It's a half, so I would do 1 gallon a day.
Oh, it's just double in general. Okay, I see. All right.
So for well, I guess you don't know until you eat it, but yeah, it's a pretty successful cook. You stow it away and go to rest.
Okie dokes.
Anybody else doing anything?
Just
I mean, I'm going to try and attune to a necklace that is probably not magical.
You sit with the necklace for a bit, hold it in your hand as it's around your neck, kind of feel the different, like, there's like chunks of bone and a big tooth at the center. Definitely not like a major tooth, but like it's a large tooth for the necklace. You kind of play with it. You don't feel any kind of connection happening. You don't feel anything happen as a result of doing this. You do not feel like it's magical. It's just, as she said, a trinket.
And I am holding it, and I'm not feeling any magical connection. So I instead ponder, like, oh, so I'm supposed to still feel some sort of connection to this thing? And I guess I will, like, do that, like, in the same way that one would form a magical connection, and I'm like, well, this isn't working.
well, Lurhenan, if I may chime in, are you doing this in private? I was going to say, are you okay? You're doing this in private. Okay, so never mind.
Yeah. And so I, like, kind of let it go, and am a little disappointed and frustrated, but I will continue to wear it. Over time, I'll understand its secrets better.
All right, then keep your secrets.
Oh my gosh. I think Inari would be curled up on her little cot, like staring in the direction of Gerudo Town while laying down, like kind of struggling to sleep. And she's like thinking of all her memories of like tripping over her own little feet to like serve these adult Gerudo women like alcoholic beverages at like the age of like 6. The first time she like used a sword with Honora, and she's really, I think it's starting to get to her that they're close. She's afraid of what she's gonna say, so it takes her a while to fall asleep, but she'll eventually funk out.
Yeah. And a couple hours later, you guys wake in the evening, gaining the benefits of a long rest. The sun has gone down. It is dark, but it is not necessarily as cold as it would be, kind of signaling that the sun has only gone down relatively recently. What would you guys like to do now?
Do we dress up now and then walk through the cold like that, or should we wait until we're right around like the side of the village, and then I should put on my attire, and then we go from there?
Do we even think we'll reach it in 1 day's travel?
Jenna, would Inari think we would reach it in 1 day's travel?
It's a little bit more than 1 day's travel. You can certainly make it if you push for an extra like couple more, certainly more than an hour or 2. But yeah.
So yeah, we'd have to take exhaustion.
Hmm.
Yeah, Inari will communicate that then. I mean, maybe we don't need to get dressed right this minute, but I think when we get within like a closer, I think we should change ahead of time. I'm not saying every Gerudo guard is the brightest on the face of the earth, but like just in case we run into anyone who's leaving town, I'd prefer to not have anyone make connections.
You always go
Okay.
down the hut and get inside. You switch, you change, and then we rest for the night. And then the last few hours we do in the next day.
I think that's a good idea.
I think we do that also because I feel like if we're not tip-top shape when we go into the town, we might need to use our abilities and or skills to persuade people, and that will be at a disadvantage if we are not at full capacity.
Wow.
I don't
Well
know what
spoken.
you're.
Wow.
Well spoken. Is
Yeah.
correct.
Very
When I
meta
feel
of you.
when I feel exhausted, when I start to feel exhausted, the first level maybe,
First
how you feel
stage of it.
First, stage of exhaustion. I feel like I can't do things. I feel like I do things at a disadvantage. Just
But
generally.
also, I feel like we should have a full night's sleep and be ready to go in because there's a situation. There's some sort of sickness going around.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I immediately want to see if we can work on solving that. I'm not gonna want to have to stop.
I'm gonna have Lesser Restoration prepped to be sort of your assistant, your nurse, Inari.
I don't think we'll need lesser restoration.
Have it just in case.
I, for one, am pondering if and when we find the antidote to this disease, if it would be a suitable antidote for the dragon also. But I'm going to keep that to myself for now because I don't know what could cure a dragon.
Okay. Wait, like the whole thing that you just said, or just like the dragon part?
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't want to talk to everybody,
Okay.
talk everybody's ear off about a dragon stuff. So I'm just kind of thinking that's like a note for Jenna, I guess, that I'm just having that in my mind.
I mean, geez, this Lydian guy, all he does is dragon talk, dragon talk, dragon talk.
Well, dragons are very neat, so.
And Keela only talking
Unlike
about
me,
yeah.
who doesn't talk about things.
Everyone in this group has one special interest. It's dragons, divine beasts, women,
Bananas.
nuts.
Wait,
and...
who's women? Wait, who's?
Who do you... Oh my
Who do
god! Yeah,
you
I forgot. We
think?
share that.
I feel
One
like
of us
I'm
is
more
a-
dragons than women. I just
One of
encounter
us is
more
a-
women than dragons.
No.
Unfortunately.
You have broken more hearts than found sleeping dragons, so you are
I know,
women.
But I think it's super cool that I found a dragon. I feel like I just break hearts out of coping with my own trauma.
I mean,
I think you're just trying to avoid a label.
As I've told John, Anari's like a Lowe's/U-Haul lesbian. So I think, if you want to take Dragon, Anari can be the one.
Inari also has no reason for me to worry about Lydian in Gerudo Town because Lydian does not date women that are taller than him, which is most women.
God. The height, that's unfortunate because all Gerudo women date people shorter than themselves. So
I just feel
might
like
get
whenever
attention anyway.
I just feel like whenever if I was to date a woman who is 8 feet tall, that would be all they would talk about, and I can't deal with that level of self-analysis.
What does that mean?
Couldn't you
Couldn't
you just
No,
fly to
yeah.
be above them? Why does height matter to you?
Also,
it just matters to a lot of people.
Also, there's not that many 8 feet tall Gerudo women. We're usually a bit shorter,
Really?
7.5 feet, 7 feet.
I mean,
that's still pretty tall.
No,
I'm
it's
5.
not.
I'm 5'11" 3/4. So everybody's gonna be pretty much.
Our chief might be shorter. No, she might be taller than you now. I don't know. It's hard.
Wait, taller than. Okay, wait.
She was young when she became chief. That's.
Wait. How tall are you?
Yeah.
Me? I'm
Yeah.
I'm 5'11" 3/4.
Oh.
3/4.
I was like, am I taller than you this whole time?
He's not 6 feet tall.
He's not rounding up. Lydian is not rounding up.
No, that's real. That's real. You should
No.
do that.
No.
That's literally what I do in real life.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get a move on, right?
Yes, let's go.
Let's hit the
I
target.
got a 27 on D100.
Okay.
I hope it's trick all the Gerudo and or make weather nice.
The weather actually gets hotter. The sun starts to rise at night.
Just double checking, make sure that's right.
John, you marked off the water, correct?
I marked it off for myself, and then I took a like couple gallons out of the general pot and put it to myself.
Okay, so that's up to date.
Natara, would you
Yeah.
like to swim in the pond before you guys leave? Rather than your bag. You dive into the sparkling water, and you're not alone down here. You see, chilling under the surface of the water is a older Zora. An older Zora woman. She looks and sees you and kind of rubs her eyes in disbelief and squints. And so she then goes up to above the water to speak with you. You all watch Natara dive in and kind of disappear at the bottom, and then the head of a different Zora pops up towards the center of the pond.
Oh my
Hello.
god, she went into the water that makes you old.
Natara turned into a man. That's the wrong way around.
That's a woman, I think. That's a woman, Zora.
Older orange Zora woman. Very much Natara, like a Zora's Domain type of Zora. With the shark-like features, emerges and says, "Hello, what are you doing here? Who? I'm very confused right now, honestly."
I am too. I'm traveling with a group of people. How did you get
I've
here?
been here for probably about 250 years at this point. I'm stuck here. When I was
How did you get here initially?
when I was younger, I wanted to be the only Zora to ever see the Gerudo Desert, and I've also only been the only Zora to be here in the time since, which I think it's between 250 and 300 years at this point that I've been here.
I see.
I'm Renora.
I'm Natara.
Oh. Well, I guess I'm no longer the only Zora to have made it to the Gerudo Desert.
You just crushed her 300-year-old stream.
I mean, she had 300 years of holding this record. I think she's fine.
She paved the way, I guess.
She doggy paddled so you could breaststroke.
But I'm kind of in awe right now. I'm perfectly content to be here, don't get me wrong. It's just too far to the nearest body of water for me. But everybody is quite kind here. But I do wonder how everyone back home is. How they've all been doing.
Well, if we're going to head into Gerudo Town and kind of take care of a few things, I know that it's like there. But if you did want to leave the desert, I'm sure that as traveling back, you could come with us. We've got a way that I was able to make it all the way out here that I
We're probably gonna teleport out of here.
Oh, that's true.
Maybe we could bring her.
We can bring her with us, like.
Oh,
I guess yeah, if you got room for two in
I mean-
the bag.
Don't worry about that. My life is here now. It has been for a long time. I'm just not expecting another Zora.
Same.
Well, nice to meet
Not
you,
sure
I
what to say,
suppose.
but it was nice to meet you.
Yeah. Good
You're
luck.
so awkward.
Good luck in your travels.
Thank you.
Yeah, she goes back down. She's just like, she kind of like sinks, just like watching you and just like, but just goes back down. And you see like the end of the tail attached to her head flick, and she dives back underneath the pond.
Here you have.
I put a Zora in the pond here, guys. I thought it'd be funny.
Yeah.
It was good. It was worth it.
But if there's nothing else anybody wants to do here at Karakara, the night is here for you. You guys are welcome to travel in the cold of the desert night.
Let's do that. I don't have any other meals to cook or anything.
Yeah, you set out. I imagine somebody will be making at least the trail for travel here. So I'll give you some.
Yeah, I'll adjust my own map.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything you guys would like to do during the day of travel? Can I also get a marching order, please?
Natara. Is Natara first?
Hey, yes.
Yeah, Inari will go after Natara.
I'll go after Inari.
I can go last.
I will fill in whatever gap that was happening there. So second to last?
Yep.
Sounds like it.
Okay.
Cool. Alright. You guys set out into the night, traversing the desert, following the path. A short time into the travel, there is a Gerudo woman with a large pack on her back that approaches, coming from Gerudo Town, making her way to Karakara. She approaches from the distance, traveling in the opposite direction of you guys, and eventually she comes to pass. Where did she end up in my list? There. She greets you guys as she passes. Savor! And just continues on.
Inari will yell out a distant Savor as she walks past.
I'll ask Lorhanan really quick. How well versed are the Yiga with the Gerudo language? Very, or
Which,
okay? So that should be like
to be polite, we would not learn that language.
right. So that's like almost an instant tell if somebody is or isn't a Yiga, at least in Gerudo Town. So that's good.
If they're disguised as a Gerudo, and as incompetent as the Yiga are, they're not generally that incompetent. And if they are, they get what they deserve.
Alrighty.
You guys continue on. Is anybody doing anything while you guys walk through the night here?
I
Nope.
think so. Yeah, Inari's like resisting the urge to start like talking the candy. Not gonna do that.
I will be
It's
practicing.
Weird.
I will be practicing out of earshot of people if I could, like, just saying little phrases to myself and trying to strengthen my falsetto voice.
I'll also practice with Lydia.
Okay.
Can I keep an eye on
Natara's
the...
just like keeping a lookout for anything. Like,
Yeah, Nari will do the same.
I'm gonna keep an eye on the southern sandstorm that moves.
Yeah, those of you that are keeping eyes out while traveling, go ahead and give me perception checks.
Perception.
What we got?
Akila got a 20, and Atara got a 14, and Anari got a 16.
Cool. Inari and Atara, as you guys are walking, at the front of the group, keeping your eyes peeled. Nothing of interest seems to catch your eye, other than in the distance you can start to make out the form of Gerudo Town, which makes you excited, of course, Inari. As for Akila, with a 20 on the perception check, keeping an eye out for the sandstorm below, you do watch as it seems to kind of move. You guys are moving, of course, but judging based on its position relative to the mountains in the south, there's not mountains in the south. Judging by the mountains in the east, I should say, it seems to get closer to them as you guys get further away, moving west to Gerudo Town. But the sun eventually begins to rise behind you all, and you feel the cold of night begin to warm up in the morning light. And you're not quite there. Maybe like another half a day you could get there. What would you guys like to do?
I think we tiny hut.
Yes, it's tiny hut.
If we tiny hut and rest, it'll be like midday, and we can probably make it then.
Okay. You guys pull over to the side of the road.
Okay, I was gonna say, when we also tiny hut, like before we go to bed, I do want to try scrying again.
Okay. You guys pull off.
Who's
You
the
are
target?
adept at making camp quick now. Before you go and make the tiny hut for resting, go ahead, Lydian. Who are you scrying on?
I think we do. I think I do want to ask. I want to ask Lorhannon if he thinks it would be a good idea to scry on any Yiga leadership that he might know of, or if we shouldn't do that in fear of us getting scryed on back.
I mean, they like know us, right? But, like, they've tried to scry on us successfully and perhaps unsuccessfully already, right? So, it might not be an idea to remind them to do that when we are, in close proximity.
Okay, so don't put a target on our back.
Who would we
I
even
think
try
so.
on? I think we only know of Zahn unless Lorhannon has more targets to give us.
I mean, I could tell you Master Koga, but like he'd have, all of the buffs to his thing. So it's like,
Yeah, I think we just try Ferosa one last time before we get into town.
I agree. I think so.
Jenna,
Spying
I would
on
like to
Inari's
spy.
mom.
I would like to spy on Inari's mom.
Okay. What did we decide her modifier was?
I did copy in the chart, but I think it's like 4 or something.
That sounds right. That was what was in my head. Okay.
It was possession or garment is -4, and then I've heard of the target +5, so she gets a +1.
Okay.
Yeah.
+1 to the roll.
That is fine.
Yep.
I'm just gonna pull up her modifier.
She's got to get she's got to get a 14 or lower to fail this.
Okay.
Well, it depends on what her wisdom is.
Yes.
I added that. I got that.
Nat 1.
Lydian, You see an old Gerudo woman. Her
Oh.
hair is styled in an updo and decorated with gold metal accessories, and the red color is the exact same shade as Inari's. She sits in front of a cooking pot in a dimly lit room, her wrinkled face illuminated by the glow of the fire. Can you please give me a perception check?
Yes, I can. Perception's 19.
Okay. The room is large, with a high ceiling, and there appears to be no windows. Piles of fruit are stacked around her camp. Hydromelons, volt fruit, palm fruit, spicy peppers, in addition to an abundance of herbs piled up nearby as well. A bedroll of finely woven Gerudo fabric is spread out close by, neatly tucked and folded. Sweat forms on Feroce's brow as she works diligently at the fire, cooking something. But what, you cannot be sure yet. Her jewelry jingles, dangling from her wrists and ears as she stirs. She reaches over to the pile of herbs, her spindling fingers gliding over them, as if sorting through a card catalog, until she lands on the one she wants. She pulls it up and collects the buds and petals of it in her hand, discarding the remaining stem behind her. The yellow bits fall from her grasp as she sprinkles it onto the dish, as seasoning. Electric Soflina. She doles a serving out into a small bowl for herself and begins to sip on it, leaning back a bit as she looks around wordlessly. Ruins of some kind line the boundaries of what the light reaches. There appears to be no trace of worry in her expression at all. Everything she does is deliberate and delicate in motion. She sips the simmered fruity cocktail until her bowl is empty, then she sits and stares out into the darkness, motionless, till the scry ends.
So you said that there were runes around her,
Ruins.
correct? Ruins, okay. Cool. So that just seemed like a cocktail like concoction, right? It wasn't
Just like a
any
simmered
sort of.
fruit thing she was eating.
Tea.
Did I find it uncanny that she was just like sitting and watching blackness and like motionless?
A little bit. It's definitely unsettling. She's just sitting somewhere, not really doing too much.
Could you make out any inscriptions on the ruins?
Yes.
Yeah, just if I was able to read anything in the room.
There's nothing really to read. Anything that you could make out seems to be more decorative rather than any kind of written language. But what you can make out is faded, perhaps by centuries.
If I just
to be underground or like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if I described this exact scenario to Inari, would she be able to pinpoint where she, like, if it's just the back of her shop or like underground anywhere or anything?
I'd say that when you mention no sight of windows and high ceilings, Inari, neither of those things sound familiar.
Yeah, especially with her
They
being.
sound
God
familiar to
damn.
me. Like a hideout of some sort.
I mean, certainly that description does fit, places you know.
Was I able to read? Was I able to, like, if not understand, like, perceive any text of any different kind of language or anything in the room? Like, if something was written in Gerudo, that would verify it's not Yiga.
There was really nothing that you could perceive as language
Okay.
on any of the
But
ruins around. Very much more like decorative, ornate, but faded.
What was the material of the ruins? Was it sandstone or was it like Sheikah ruins?
Sandstone.
Gotcha.
And
so to clarify, all three of those things could potentially match the Yiga hideout.
yes. So, but she
I
is
feel
in the
like-
desert, though.
Decorative type ruin.
Yeah, there's
Mhm.
just a lot of.
She is alone,
Mhm.
and the only
Yeah.
source of light was from her fire.
So there were no windows or doors, I guess, in the room.
Not that you could see. It was a large room, high ceilings, but dark, windowless. Because it is morning right now.
It sounds like she's like being held prisoner or something. Maybe could it be that she was maybe like kidnapped by the Yiga to brew something for them, like, and is like being held as like a prisoner of war thing?
I mean,
don't
it
think
almost.
so.
I think she's just vibing. Like she seems really chill and relaxed.
She's
got,
vibing
like,
in a
all this
windowless
fruit.
room
Well,
by
it's
herself.
windowless, but she probably got in there. Like just because it doesn't have windows doesn't mean that she didn't
She
just
said she was
enter.
surrounded by fruit too.
Yeah,
So it's
she's
not
in
like
a
Yeah.
well-stocked storage room making her
Yeah.
own food. Doesn't sound like a prisoner to me.
And it's specifically fruits that have like effects for the most part, which is like interesting
Yeah,
to me.
were the fruits all like hydromelons and volt fruits and stuff, or were there any bananas?
No bananas. Hydromelon, volt fruit, palm fruit, spicy peppers.
That feels like she's probably in some sort of Gerudo bunker, and like I feel like every fruit storeroom that the Yiga would have bananas.
Also, the fact that she has spicy peppers, would she not be prepping for the cold, possibly? Are we thinking Gerudo Highlands in any way, shape, or form?
I don't think sandstone would be there. Sandstone wouldn't form there.
Well, she might not be there yet.
Going there?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Also, there
What
is
about-
sandstone in the Gerudo Highlands.
Oh, Gerudo Highlands. I thought you said Hebrew
Oh,
Highlands. My bad.
Sorry, no, yeah.
No, that's totally.
What about another option is that mysterious labyrinth that we see on the Sheikah
Oh,
slate
yeah.
deck. We know nothing about that.
If the walls
It
are
is a-
high enough, it would be a dark space.
But why would she go there? Like a
Why
a
would there be
bunker?
why would there be tons of fruit there? That's the other question.
My Va doesn't make much sense sometimes. She just does things of her own accord, and you don't question them. You just accept it.
I think we have a few possible theories.
Yeah.
Is it worth trying to draw a picture of her as well, or
Do you
I
get
have?
those
No,
additionally?
you only. I think you only get
'Cause
one
you
of
get
the.
the best one, right?
Right. You
Wait,
can't stack them.
One what?
So it's like you get
I see.
those
Yes,
three, and we already have
we already have a possession or garment. Yeah.
yeah.
Otherwise,
You're right.
someone would just cut off a lock of your hair and say, "I have 60 of your hairs. I have a plus 125 to
Okay.
your roll."
I forgot that we already had the modifier with the canteen. Okay, awesome though. Good information. I don't think she's going to be moving until we probably find her. It seems like she's pretty sedentary where she is.
I mean, if we're going to find any clues about where she might have gone, it's probably a good idea for us to go to where I used to live. Because she fled from there. She might have left something
yeah.
there. She probably didn't think I'd be coming back. She was pretty cross with me.
Well, wasn't she expecting you to come back like heavily?
Well, she was
and
expecting
then
me to come back, and then I didn't come back as quickly as she wanted, and she got upset about it and left. So
she put herself in a isolation chamber with fruit.
yeah,
She went back to the Yiga, perhaps.
I feel like Labyrinth is probably our best lead rather than Yiga, but we'll see. We can only speculate.
I mean, look, if there's anyone who might know where my mother went, it'd be my friend Pokey, because out of everyone that my mother talks to, Pokey spends the most time with her. So we talk to Pokey, we pick around the shop, see what we can find.
She
That's a
doesn't seem to
great
be
idea.
in any immediate danger anyway.
I know, I'm just concerned about what she might have done and if she's at all connected to what's going on in town.
And maybe that Gerudo rumor mill would know something else about where she is.
I don't know.
Sure.
I think we should. I'm much more worried about the curse that is affecting
Yes,
my
the curse.
people than I am about
Of course.
my mother. My Va is like, I love her, but she seems to be okay on her own for now. But I don't know what's going on in Gerudo Town, and that's maybe the first concern. We can work from there.
Yeah.
Let's sleep, right?
Yeah, let's go to bed.
Okay.
Okay. You guys, in the early hours of the morning, begin to take a long rest in the tiny hut. No watches, I presume, since you are tiny hutting. And time passes later in the day, say like early to mid-afternoon. You guys gain the benefits of a long rest, again, for like the third time this session here. And can pack everything up to press onwards, reaching Gerudo Town. Is there anything anybody would like to do before you get back on the road?
My dice.
What time of day is it? Is it sunset again?
No, it is more like about 2 in the afternoon.
Okay,
1 or
then
2.
is it very hot?
It is very hot.
I would recommend then that the 4 of us who are not Inari go ahead and eat that heat-resistant dish I made.
Either that or we can wait. It's up to you if you want to keep it.
I mean, well, there'll be supplies in Gerudo Town to restock if
Fair
we're
enough.
really worried.
Alright, bottoms up.
We'll do that for the half day we're traveling.
Make sure everyone marks off their water.
Jenna, what's the what
And
is
food, I
the
guess.
benefit to that?
For 24 hours, you guys are resistant to the conditions of this hot climate.
Nice.
Great.
Thanks, Lydian.
I guess, yeah,
Yeah.
Natara would get in her bag.
Get in her bag.
Maybe you can just
And,
walk with us now.
so-
Unless you just want to swim around for a bit.
Well, yeah, like she knows that we're gonna get to Gerudo Town and it'll be
Get into
fine,
your
but
set-
it's
you get
also
into your-
really hot and she is a fish.
You get
She's
into your
a fish.
sensory deprivation tank.
Exactly.
All right. You guys continue on, and the walls of Gerudo Town grow ever closer as it only takes you a few hours to reach them. You can see as you approach. I wonder, did I write a approach? No, I didn't. But you can see as you approach, there is a towering structure of boulders on the far, far back end of what appears to be this city here. There's springs of water flowing from the giant boulder that you can see even at a distance. And as you get closer, you see there is a shrine to the right of the city. There's a shrine to the right of the city and a few tents set up nearby it, as well as a tent to the left side of the entrance, a distance away
Do
from
we
the
want
entrance
to-
itself.
Do you want to get the shrine first before we head in?
Sure.
Did we explicitly say that Lydian and I need to get changed?
We
I
did
think
we
we
did
did
forget
that.
to go. I feel like we did forget to do that after we left camp, so we'll just need to find like one of these tents or something.
Gosh. I mean, Inari probably would have reminded you. But yeah, you can look for it.
I think I will personally. I'm gonna go get the shrine to the side of the town, and then is there a way to like obscure myself from view around like the side of the shrine?
Very
Jenna?
easily, yeah.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and put on my my yellow scarf, I guess, around my face, and then use the rug or the fabric as a sort of pinkish tube top around my torso.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. You put on a little disguise. Lorhannon, are you disguising yourself as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna disguise myself. Yeah. I guess I'm gonna stand behind Inari.
Yeah.
Of model myself vaguely after Aquila. The Hylian woman who looks vaguely like Aquila. But
Aw,
older.
twins. Oh.
I'm coming back from the shrine, and I'm like, "Hi, gang. Where's Lorhannon?"
And you mean, I don't know. We need different names for you guys.
You mean
Oh, yes.
What happened?
I'll be Lydia. What about you,
Lydia.
Oh god.
Lorhanna? Maybe
Laura.
I'm Laura.
Yeah.
Laura.
My
Wonderful
sister
to meet you, Laura.
You
What happened?
Oh my god.
Can you when we enter the town, I need you both to be completely silent. Just for
Is that-
them.
Is
You-
that
you can-
customs?
Whatever do you mean?
No,
Why
so only.
don't you think?
Okay,
So
my
this town
sister
is-
cannot have a stronger accent than I have.
So this is only women, and the women can't talk.
No, the Vo can't talk, but you should probably just not talk in front of the guards because they're not all the brightest, but they might pick this up. So
It is quite literally their day job to catch
Yes.
men.
like if you came up to me and you were talking like this, there is a strong chance I'd be like, "Huh, that's odd."
I don't know. I think I'm pretty convincing.
We've been practicing.
Yes, practice. Of course.
She starts to laugh a little.
Ilya above, help us all.
And can we at least roll one performance check to see how we're doing?
Oh, you're rolling a performance check for everybody you talk to.
God, man.
That's why you're
All
not
right,
rolling
right,
right
to
now.
To
You
start,
need to be around me all the time.
to start, I will be giving. Well, actually, Bardic Inspiration's only for the next. Yeah, it's for the next hour, right? Or 10 minutes? I forget.
It's 10.
10 minutes? Okay, so if we're about to go in there, I will give Lorhannon, aka Laura, Bardic Inspiration, and also myself Bardic Inspiration.
I can enhance ability if someone needs it as well.
Oh my
That
god.
lasts an hour.
Yeah.
Lydia and Laura.
Oh gosh. So Lydia, Laura, Natara, Akila, and Ari. Okay, good. We have all of the names.
LG.
And LG. Of course.
Can
LG.
robots get into the town?
I always wanted to visit Gerudo Town.
Oh my god, man.
Don't say Gerudo Town like that. It sounds odd. Why are you saying it with a hard G?
The longer this charade
Laura,
continues, the less and less faith I have in the Gerudo guards and Yiga infiltrators.
Laura, if you
Okay.
want to sound like a native, you have to say Gerudo Town with a soft
No,
E.
No, you. Okay, look, we are all going to be quiet now.
I am really not a native. Don't you see my complexion? I'm from Hateno Village.
I thought you were Akila's sister, Laura. Wouldn't you be from?
No, I'm her auntie. It's very flattering that you
And you all,
sisters.
you all found me from Rito Village when I was, what is my profession?
We
I
can
feel
just
like
keep Lydia. We can just keep your
See,
story as is, and we
This
can
is
just
the
say
greatest
that you're.
part about
What do you
you
mean,
guys
if I'm-
not talking is that if you don't talk, you don't have to tell some
You
fanciful
don't have
story.
to tell anything. If you let me
If
just
I'm
do the
going to-
talking.
I need to come up with a different persona. I can't just use my
Why?
own. There'll be too information.
No
It'll be
one
too much
Name is now
information.
Lydia.
Lydia.
You say you're Lydia, the second most famous bard from Dorito Village.
Well, actually, that would be what's his face? The fucker who always tries to steal my jobs. Where is he?
Is it Mixo?
Mixo. Yeah,
Well, he would be
he's
third,
pretty much.
obviously.
Well, yes, that's true.
Okay.
Anyway,
Look.
we will be
you are-
quiet. I
You
promise.
are all
Hi,
dear
Luke.
friends
Ooh,
to
here's
me.
the key. Here's the key.
I don't promise any such thing, but I'll try my best. You know how I love to gab.
Okay, fucking Minnie Mouse.
I'm gonna say in Gerudo to Inari, if worst comes to worst, they can just get kicked out and we'll all just stay in the city.
There is a
Okay.
prison. There is a prison for Bo who try this stuff, and yeah, if they get caught, I'm going to let them sit there and sweat for a solid, like, hour or two before we. Bring
I
them
did not
out.
know this was Secrets Hour where you guys talked in your bilingual language.
Maybe you should just learn Gerudo then.
That's not what bilingual means.
Also, yes, no. Okay, look, we need to go inside. I'm going to do the talking because I know the language and I know the people and they trust me. We get in, and then we are going to go speak to Bellaria, and we are going to speak to Chief Riju. We are going to stay together. She's looking at Lydia.
Hey, Mom.
I feel like I need to like in
Leave
charge,
you
like in between
out
them,
here.
holding their hands, like shepherding them.
I don't want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
fight for my Aquila.
Wait, what?
What? I genuinely can't understand you.
She doesn't want to be separated from her Aquila.
We'll be
Oh,
there the
oh.
whole time.
Okay, I am going. Okay, can you all? We're all good, right? We're all set.
Yes, we're all good.
We're swell. Swell
I had
to
silence.
me.
Okay, wait.
I wish
maybe Laura,
I
maybe
had
tone
silence.
it down. Maybe tone it down a few notches, Laura. It comes across as unbelievable. No one is British here.
And Ari is going to whisper in Gerudo into Aquila's ear. I'm thinking about stabbing myself with my own glaive right now. Do you think? do you think if I did that, you could take care of this for me?
Let's just get into the city.
Let's go. And Anari is not going to look around or wait because she is kind of trying to not laugh while we're doing all this, and she's just gonna walk towards the front
I
gate.
can't wait for you guys to beef the first check and
Okay,
not even get in the city.
We have Bardic inspiration, so we're fine.
It's not gonna...
Does Bardic Inspiration help Nat once?
No,
Asking for a friend.
we just won't roll that once.
Jenna, did you prep the prison for Vo for this?
There's one now. You canonized it. They usually just kick him
Good job,
out.
Sarah.
Sorry, I'm
No,
sorry.
no.
I'm sorry. There's a,
No, I love it.
I played a game that I kind of, yeah.
There
I'm not gonna
is, yeah.
spoil anything. There's one in,
There's one in
Yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom, yeah.
so,
One in Ocarina of Time as well.
yeah.
That's true. Forget about that.
I just want to say, I started planning this campaign in June of 2021, so I have waited 2 years for this moment, specifically, for the pretending to be women to get into Gerudo Town. I have been waiting for this for a long time.
From Lydia and Laura.
Yeah.
What do you mean pretending? This has been a girl boss army the whole time.
Okay,
Just army.
so, let me do that.
I will, I'm gonna go ahead and play the, Gerudo Town music, even though we're not in the town yet.
Well, that works.
Dick.
You guys
Oh,
are getting there.
the best
You
music.
guys reemerge from around the other side of the shrine, which I imagine you obtained, correct?
Yes,
Sure.
I did that. Like, that's why I went over to the shrine in the first place, to scan the Sheikah Slate.
Right. Let me. Before so I don't forget, I'm gonna mark that right here. Okay. I have that on the other map now, so if we ever look at it, you guys are good. As you guys approach, it's the evening. It's not quite nightfall. You guys have another couple hours before that, but in the evening of the desert heat here, you approach the northeast entrance, manned by one guard, who, Inari, you recognize as Riza. Now, you don't know Riza very well because you don't work very closely with her. You know that she is normally a throne room guard, not a gate guard. But she stands there alone at the center of the entrance with her spear drawn and directed at a group of 4 Vo that are kind of jeering and just messing with her, really. Calling out, like, you might as well let us in. There's hardly anybody in there anymore, anyway. Come on.
Ooh.
You're the only one here. We could take her. Like that kind
Oh
of
yeah,
thing.
word.
And Nari will literally, she's gonna walk up there, and she's going to immediately unsheath her glaive against the back of one of them. Oh, is she really the only one here?
The man that said that, he has like this greasy black hair that goes down to his shoulders and glasses, and he freezes and he's like, he turns and goes, "Oh, hi, milady. Did not see you there."
Shut the fuck up. No, redo that. Fucking don't say that shit.
You can't tell me that Bozai is not this exact thing of that. Come on. He's the one that gives the boots and shit, you know?
He's the fucking sim.
Yeah, he's
Um,
that one. Sorry about that. We were just trying to get in. I mean, there's not really much to see in there anyway anymore, so figure this guard here should just let us in.
well, this guard that you're talking to thinks you should leave, or you're not going to be able to see anything at all because you'll be dead.
Give me an intimidation check.
I hear he's looking for a moderation job for the rumor mill instead of modding Reddit.
That's a 21.
I'm gonna make that a 26. I'm gonna send LG to climb up onto your shoulder and set its targeting laser on him.
With all of that, the man literally shrinks and is just like, okay, guys, let's come back tomorrow. Let's we'll just try.
Or you just won't come back at all.
He like swallows hard, gulping. Just sweat. I mean, he was already pretty sweaty, but like you can see the sweat kind of form on his brow, and he just sidesteps away from your the point of your glaive and begins to make his way over back to his tent, and the group disperses quietly, just like being careful not to say anything else. 2 of them go to the tent. 3 of them go to the tents by the shrine. Sweaty, greasy Bozai goes over to his tent on the left side.
Just that he's already sweaty. Like that got me. Like,
I mean, he's in a desert.
yeah.
I whisper, "Heavens," under my breath.
I'll say to Inari that in Gerudo that I can't make her big. I don't have a large reduce prepared, but I can prepare it for tomorrow if needed.
We might. In Gerudo, she'll just respond, "Yes, we might need it."
In Gerudo, Riza addresses you, returning her spear to guarding position rather than pointed outwards. Thank you. There's a word for that, isn't there? Sarkso. These Vogue just been relentless. Makes me miss my old position.
Wait, more relentless than usual.
Yes. I mean, there's only one of us at at both entrances. We had to close one of them. There's not enough of us.
Which entrance did you close?
The southeast.
Okay, but you're telling me. Which, by the way, Riza, right?
Yes. Inari. I recognize you. I know from, your mother had the noble canteen.
Had the noble canteen. I've heard she's no longer a proprietor.
No, she's no longer there. I mean, I don't miss anything. I never went there myself. But
thank you. She like literally just like, oh, thank you. One guard per entrance. Are all of the guard getting ill now? I thought it was mainly just the women in the town.
A lot of the guard have been ill. I mean, luckily I have been spared. I am not sure why, but a few of us have not succumbed to this.
So, we are going to go speak with Captain Bellaria, me and my friends here, because I've had some communications with her, but what does this illness look like?
From what I understand, I'm certainly no medic, but they are the Vi run high fevers. They cough. They are constantly tired. Cannot get up. They have almost no strength. They are just in the state of dying. At least those who are still conscious. Some of them have just been sleeping, I guess, for a long time.
Sleeping, not dead.
No, I don't believe so. I don't think anybody has died, actually, yet. But everybody is very gravely sick.
Okay. All right. Okay, we were hoping to come in then. I wished to speak with Captain Belaya, and my friends here have been traveling alongside me. Was hoping they could gain entrance as well.
Okay. She goes, looks past you. I mean, you are like a good foot or so taller than her. And she looks past you at the four Vi behind and asks, "And what are all of your names?"
I would kind of like eye and Nari as if to say like, "Hey, can you introduce us?"
Anari will point. This is Lydia. This is Laura. This is Natara, and this is Akila.
I see. Now I will ask for performance checks from the two disguised, just to pass off as casually as you can as a different gender.
That's a
Really?
16 flat. Oh Jesus, learn how
No,
to use it.
Think of. Oh God.
Bardic inspiration.
It's a D8 of bardic inspiration.
It's a D8 right
You
now.
think?
Yeah, I think.
Plus-
Yeah. It's,
+5. I'm going to stumble and fall to try and distract her from looking too closely at Laura.
we both get 16s.
Oh, so that.
Okay. She looks at you all. She seems a little tired. And she says, "Okay. Bazaar to Gerudo Town. Please go ahead. I appreciate you being back, Nari." And she steps aside to let you all enter to Gerudo Town.
Map.
I
Map.
I'm not shut up about this.
I made this map 10 months ago. And I just
Oh my God.
fixed it up a little bit recently. But
It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. I'm literally gonna cry. Wait. It's so detailed.
Ooh.
Sand seal rentals. We got.
This will help me learn the city
Bathhouse.
more in the game because
I mean, it's
I don't know it.
there are slight differences, a bit of differences, but this is the actual layout of the city for the most part.
So she said that the south entrance was closed off. Are we coming in the northeast
Yes,
or
you
northwest?
guys are coming
then?
in through the northeast.
Northeast. So we are right here.
All right. Oh, interesting. Okay.
And
Right
you
here.
guys pass under this tall gate carved of sandstone and enter this plaza, a long path lined with tall palms as well as a small stream of water that descends from these stairs, the tall staircase across the plaza here. They lined this path and it veers out to either side, really, with a bunch of shops and businesses, as well as houses that appear to be in this region of the town.
I go ahead.
Do we
If you-
do we see a lot of ill like in the streets, or are they being like kept somewhere? Like,
Well, we did know that the barracks is where the ill are being held, as
Yeah.
well as the noble canteen. But I don't know about in the streets.
all right,
The streets
yeah, maybe not then.
are a bit more quiet than you've ever seen, Inari, quite honestly. There appear to be
Ooh.
a few people. There is a child by the entrance, resting in the shade of a palm tree. She seems very tired. There is also a hanging out in the plaza, a Goron, interestingly enough, as well as maybe. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, everybody else seems to go into somewhere, or is just, the very few people that pass by intermittently just continue on. Those are the two people that are really hanging out here. Save the one person, one guard, at the top of the tall staircase across the way, guarding the royal palace.
We should. I think she kind of takes us all in, and she's quiet for a moment. Sorry, I just saw relationship class. I'm like noted on this. I'm like crying. We should go look for Bellaria, and while I would normally say she's probably in the barracks, I think with them being like housing the sick, maybe we want to go to the royal palace first, or at least talk to the guard outside of it.
Sure.
Lead the
Yeah.
way.
So Nari will.
Yeah, you guys. I'll
walk on over.
give you guys a little token, I guess.
As we're passing by, can I look over and side-eye the Fashion Passion store and see if they have anything out on display that might fit?
You glance over. It is boarded up.
Shit.
It's over.
Oh man, you'll never get to.
It's over.
You'll never
It's
get to
never
wear
been
the
more
latest
over.
Gerudo fashions, man.
Excuse
Do any
me.
of the stores look open, or do they all look like that?
Yeah, like Jenna, how's Starlight Memories looking?
It's not boarded up, but it does not appear to be open right now.
Okay, all right, cool. We will.
Fiddlesticks.
I will be making my way downtown.
That is your
We
Back
should
there.
also eventually find out whether this disease seems to only affect Gerudo or if it's affected via travelers as well.
Yeah, so it's something we can ask about when we speak with Captain Bellaria.
You guys.
Yeah, so
Let me see. Okay. You got. Where's that? No. That's that. Okay. Ascend the stairs to where there is a guard here. Inari, you see that this guard is also out of place. This is a inner throne room guard who is standing outside the throne room. This is Bertree. You really do not know her. She is quite old, like not old, but she is much older than you and most of the other guard. She's been a guard for a long time and rightfully earned her place as a throne room guard, but she stands outside the royal palace now.
wait, so her name is Bertree?
Bertree. Bertri. Bertree.
Okay, awesome.
She is typically the
Alright.
south throne room guard.
Alright. She'll kind of walk up. Have a sock, Bertree. I just. And Nara like doesn't really know how to bird. She's like, haha, everyone's sick and like ill. How are you doing? But she'll just say that greeting and kind of wait to see what's up.
Savak, what business do you have here?
I've been out on leave on
I'm aware.
Captain Bellaria's orders.
I'm aware.
She wrote to me and said if needed, if possible, I could come back to be of assistance. I was wondering if I could speak with her. I don't know if you know where she is.
She is at the barracks. She is, I presume, working from her office, but she is no longer keeping her place here in the throne room. She is much too busy to be doing that these days.
Okay. How is she for you?
Stressed, busy,
To be expected.
but she is here and has not left.
Oof.
The throne room?
I mean, she has left the throne room, yes, but
Okay.
she has just been a very good leader, and she has been here for all of our hardships.
And Ari will do a tight-lipped smile. Of course, as any good leader would. Well, thank you. I'm trying to remember what kind of day it is, but I can't remember, so I'm just gonna have her say spork. And she'll, she's like stiff as she kind of motions for the group to just kind of head towards the barracks.
Is there and like You have a lot of waterways on this map, Jenna. Is there like an archway that
Yeah.
you could point out for like can we pass through here, for example? Right underneath the relationship classroom and like
No.
around over that way.
So anywhere. So these are all walls that are high above you guys, and they kind of function as like an aqueduct system that supplies water throughout the city. Anywhere you see that the path kind of continues underneath those, like the wall, is where there would be an arch. So like between Hotel Oasis, Starlight Memories, down by the Radiant Anvil,
Okay.
as well as a small path over on the backside of Lawrence Market.
Okay, so we'd went ahead like through the relationship classroom like alleyway.
There's no alleyway there. It's over here by Starlight
no.
Memories.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I thought
Starlight Memories and Oasis.
Okay, yeah. So we'll backtrack, I guess, and then head around and get to the Barracks.
Do we want to stop at the canteen really quick and just kind of poke our heads in and see what's up there? Or
Yeah, let's get the whole thing with my mother quick and over with, if possible. Yeah, I'll lead you in. I can't make one of the drinks, but
Yeah, you
we
guys
can take a look around.
ascend the stairwell to the second level where the restaurant and bar is, the tavern here. It looks very different from how you last saw it in Ari. There are about the same amount of people here, but most of them are laying down on bedrolls, unconscious. There are, though, there are two Vi caring for the sick here. There is somebody you've seen around town, a younger Gerudo who is tending to people, as well as a child here tending.
Child labor. Sorry, that was out of pocket. I might try to take better notes.
Okay. It's home, but it's very different. It's kind of a strange thing. Among the people unconscious here that are being cared for, a lot of regulars at the Noble Canteen are here, including your dear friend. You recognize Pokey. She does not look great. She looks quite pale as she lays there resting.
Oh gosh.
She looks in bad shape.
Is she conscious, or is she like?
She is not. The older Gerudo of the two young Gerudo that are here comes over, seeing you enter, and she says, "Savak, can I help you? Are you looking for something?"
I'm Inari Norelis. My mother used to operate here. Like, I live here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I never came here. I was always
okay. It's better
too
that
young.
You didn't. It's better that you're fine.
But yeah, sorry. We've kind of, since it was abandoned, we needed a additional place, so we keep the especially sick here.
No, of course.
Yeah, we give them extra care. Typically, these are the ones that don't typically wake up, but we care for them as best we can. Gestures back to the very young Gerudo that is here helping. The young Gerudo is going around taking these damp towels and like placing them and dabbing them on the foreheads of the various Vi strewn about on bedrolls in this room.
Oh, Inari will continue talking, but the whole time she's still looking at Pokey. No, that's completely fine that you're here. That's better use of the space than what my mother was doing anyway. How long has she been out? And Inari will point to Pokey.
I don't think she's been awake in the past, 2.5, 3 months, something like to that tune, since she was one of the very first, if I remember correctly.
Oh, no, wait. I'm starting to wonder if, like, the people who are getting sick are the people that have drank. And there was no update.
Are you friends with her?
Or
is she your sister?
Dear friends with her. Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Is it okay if we poke around in here a little bit? Wanted to see if there was anything my mother left behind. We're looking for her.
Yeah, I mean, certainly. Please, I'm Dina, and
Dina.
that is Kalani. If you need anything, please let either of us know. Also, where's the list? Dahlia was here. She's on a break right now, but she should be back soon as well. If you again need anything.
No, thank you for the work you're doing here. Thank you. And I would have said that in Gerudo.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
I gotta make like a little Quizlet and just like learn it like I'm learning Spanish in like high school. Yeah, Inari is still kind of looking at Pokey and is like a little spaced out. Maybe we start looking. Inari would probably like know. Would Inari like I don't know. At first it hasn't shared a lot with Inari. Come to find out, like shocker. But like, would Inari know any of like the secret locations in the store where her mother like stores things or like throws things?
I mean,
she's gonna hang out with Pokey for a bit, but maybe she can point everyone into like good spots.
Your mother spends pretty much all of her time behind the bar, and doesn't let anybody else back there, typically. But there's not really anything that you're aware of, at least, that would be a place. But like that would probably be the best place to start, just because that's her spot. Nobody else can go behind the bar.
All right. Let's go look there. I just want to see if there's like any secret compartments or like keys or anything that like might be sitting there that we could use to either open other places or like get in somewhere.
Is the interior of this place made of stone as well, like the outside?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
Oh, that's probably a lot easier than when I was down.
I mean, we still want to investigate.
Oh, we still want to look, yeah.
We still investigate for non-magical things.
Yeah, that, and
Agreed.
I'm also partially to help see if there's anything magic, and then partially to look at the victims, and see if there's any magic coming off them.
True.
Let's see. Give me a second to think about it.
I will probably be walking around the store as well, just to make sure I get a good coverage everywhere, to make sure I can see if I can hit any hidden compartments like Inari was saying.
I would say with Detect Magic, all of the victims that are in this room exhibit a very faint green glow of necromancy magic.
Yup.
This is not a disease.
So it's
It
a
is
curse then.
A faint glow of that, but it being faint does not really signal that there is anything there, but more so residual traces of something. Additionally, something kind of pings behind the bar.
Mm-hmm.
I will point Inari towards that your instinct was right. Something is being behind the bar. What school of magic?
You are directed to a Inari and or Aquila. You direct towards It's a dispenser of sorts, like a vase that holds liquid that has a dispenser at the bottom. Once you lift the gate, liquid pours out. There is the faint magic of the exact same properties of the River of the Dead water.
All right. Well,
In like
When-
a
when-
single drop of liquid left in that.
when you said there is a faint trace of like the necrotic energy, not necessarily a spell, was it similar to the sort of the soul shards that I sort of felt in the River of the Dead water?
Vaguely similar, but something
not-
different. It's
It doesn't strike me as exactly the same.
there's just something off about it, really.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
So,
want to dump off your cursed water? Now's the time.
so
Wait, what did you
Jenna,
say?
hold on. I was just gonna say really quick that I know John said something also, but the green glow of the magic that we're feeling faint on the victims, is it the same as the glow that's coming off of the container as well, or just the River of the Dead water separately? Is it like all the same thing, or is this container like a separate school of magic?
It's not the container; it's the water itself that remains.
Well, but like basically, can we draw or could Aquila draw the connection between like what was in this vessel as well as what was?
Yeah, that's what I just
Yeah.
tried to do. Seemed like it was somewhat related, but somewhat not.
Oh, wait.
Okay, because
Wait, hang on. I'm sorry. I'm getting confused. Are you trying to connect
Yeah.
all three things, or
yeah, the three things, because we know it's the River of the Dead water was in this vessel, but I'm curious about if the River of the Dead water was in connection to like the necromancy that's on the victims.
it's similar, but the issue is that what Aquila is picking up is not like anything active necessarily. It is trace as if there is remnants of like an association, if that makes any sense.
So it's like they had it and now they're sick because they don't anymore, presumably.
Oh god.
I will say, I will ask Inari in private, do you think that your mother might have used this magic to kind of engage an addiction in these folks that if not like quenched, then it would cause a curse like this?
Lydian, this has been my thought process this entire time because Pokey always had to drink here. Jenna, yeah, you said like everyone on the floor is like a usual regular, right?
Yeah, that seems
There's
like
one
it.
way to find out.
It's like
Yeah,
putting
and
fucking
Inari's
salt
already
in ice
pulling
cream so you
out-
eat more of it.
And Ari's already pulling out the canteen, and Jenna, is there like a way to like dispense it so I don't just immediately flood like the
I mean,
entire?
you could put it back in the container.
Yeah, like Inari will pour some into the container.
Yeah, you pour about, I mean, it's not that big, like 2.5 gallons
Mhm.
to fill it up. If you choose to, you can pour up to that much.
Yeah.
That's about how much it
And
is.
Inari will try to, if there's a glass nearby, she's gonna fill it, and then I'm gonna have her walk to Pokey and try to pour some into Pokey's mouth.
Okay. You
Watching like a hawk.
you begin to pour it into Pokey's mouth, and immediately you can see there is a sort of frostbite that begins to form around her mouth. Do you continue?
Yes.
What?
No,
I feel like
wait.
it needs to be distilled or something, right?
Does it need to be? Yeah, that's true. Good point.
Frostbite bad, just so we're all
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah.
It
There's
can't
probably
just be
something
like
her mother
Yeah, 'cause
did.
The water was in a drink. It wasn't
Yes.
Yeah, so we would need to
Wasn't just the
make
water.
the noble pursuit. We would need to make the noble pursuit probably. So like Inari will pull back. Does Inari know how to make the noble pursuit, or is that kind of like top secret knowledge that only her mother would have?
Harry.
Ferosa never taught you.
I'm going to fucking kill her. I swear.
can we
Behind the- bar somewhere?
Yeah, can we scan the books behind the bar if there's any, or like
Oh,
anything
no,
for a text or something?
She's one of those Italian grandmas that's like, nah, it's in my brain. I
Oh,
don't have it on me.
here.
She's made it made it enough times that
Yeah.
she can do it in her sleep.
You use a fair amount of necromantic water, a dash of this. None of the measurements are exact.
Yeah.
Measure with your heart.
And the whole time we're talking through this, like, Anari is just, like, gripping Poki's hand and kind of, like, very straight-faced.
You could try other things besides the River of the Dead Water and see if that has an effect. I have Lesser Restoration prepared as well.
I'm down to try that.
Yeah, I mean, yes, please. Please.
Well, do you want... You have the pool of hit points that are free.
I
have a
don't...
spell.
I can try the hit points. I don't know if it'll work. Because it's not an illness, but, like, we'll see. Yeah, and Anari will, let me send it, or pull it up on my sheet, so I'm describing it right. Lay on hands, so, just because it's easier than accessing it through my sheet. Yeah, so I can expend 5 hit points, and I cure the target of 1 disease, neutralize 1 poison affecting it, so it might not fix it, but...
Try at least.
Yeah, Anari's gonna try, so she's just gonna lay her hand, like, you know, her just continue holding Poki's hand and start whispering stuff under her breath with her eyes closed.
You guys watch as the, like, black and blue clears up from her mouth, and her eyes, like, seem to flutter a little bit. But other than that, there is no reaction.
Has the intensity of the necrotic energy I'm detecting changed at all?
Yeah, I'd say it's a little bit more potent in Pokey right now.
That's not good.
Well, she just drank the water. That's probably
Right.
why.
But like the water was not the same, and now it is the same exact energy. That's what I'm worried about. Okay.
Yeah, Anari's
Last little
gonna-
detail. When she was casting that spell, did I detect anything from her and the bag?
Bag. From Inari, like from Inari
Yes.
and the bag.
Yes. Yes.
No change to the bag. It still has all the same properties. There's nothing
I'm watching you, bag.
changed. But I guess that was probably evocation, or abjuration, or I mean, I don't know. I forget what lesser restoration.
Keely
is,
magic.
but yeah,
Healy.
Restoration.
Healy magic. That's kind of it. And I'd say, like, as your detect magic begins to reach the end of the 10 minutes, you see that the like kind of flare up of green representing necromancy begins to fade away, back to like the very, very pale faint. Same thing that you detected on everybody else.
Aquila,
Mhm.
can we try lesser restoration on her?
I don't think it will have any effect. I can specifically target one ailment, but I don't know what I'm targeting here. I was hoping it was actually some sort of magical disease, but your spell has, or your abilities have not cured anything. Something did react when you used the River of the Dead Water, but I think we can all agree it was an overall negative effect.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
Is even supplying them. I'm not speak as Laura here. Assuming we're off to the side. Is even like resupplying them with what may be the source of their ailment.
Exactly.
We need to get rid of it, which means we need to find my mother. Because she's the only one with the knowledge of what's causing it then. Anything we do here is going to be fruitless.
Yeah, and I feel like also if we are able to, if the noble pursuits were the cause of the ailment in the first place, at least healing them temporarily to where we can get information from Pokey will like give us enough time to find Feroza. You know what I mean?
I think we're gonna need to find for my ba in order to get the recipe at all.
Yeah, or any
Yeah.
permanent antidote. Yes.
Because she doesn't. She never told me. I think she would have told me if I agreed to take on the noble canteen, but I chose with my guards. So
Perhaps the commander will know even more than we have discovered here.
yeah, and Koki.
Pokey.
I meant to say Pokey. And then Captain Balaria came out at the same time. Yeah, and Ari is just gonna kind of silently nod and like kind of squeeze Pokey's hand again. And we'll just silently get up and walk out the door. She's not crying yet, gang. Have to build up to that shit.
So I think we're gonna head to the barracks, right, and get any
Yes.
information that we can get in the last 5 minutes of the sesh.
Or at least get introduced, yeah.
I mean, maybe we should call it here if it's a hard stop at 2, because we do sort of fool around.
My plan is
Yeah.
to stop if you guys are leaving the Noble Canteen.
Yeah.
Leave us on a cliffhanger. Say something cool.
I mean, this one's cool.
Yeah.
Well, the whole thing was cool,
Ricky.
but like something specifically.
Okay, does anybody I know you guys were all saying you were investigating non-magically. Does anybody want to make investigation checks technically before you leave, before you
I
did all
Yep.
that?
I meant to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe while Akila and
Ooh.
Inari were doing that
Oh
stuff.
yeah, ignore mine. My roll is ass anyway, so
I'm going to use my inspiration
oh,
and
shit.
bump that to a 23.
23. What else do we have?
I got a 13.
13.
I got a 3. Perceptive, but not good at investigating.
I would say then, as everybody's walking out, and perhaps at one point, like Lydia and you ended up behind the bar. Just as everybody's leaving, you trail behind, just looking to see if there's anything. You find with a 23, you find a carving in the bar top from behind the bar that is a little bit different than the rest, and you kind of like just play with it, turn it just to make it match, and a small drawer pops out with a little tiny scroll bound in a leather thread, and nothing else inside the drawer.
Can I read it, or are you gonna make me wait until next time?
You take it out and unroll the scroll, removing the leather binding, which feels old and sort of like not disintegrate, but like comes apart a little bit in your wing, and it is written in Gerudo. Do you read Gerudo?
No, but I know someone who does, and
Hey.
I hand it to Inari.
And so Lydian leaving with this little scroll found in a hidden compartment behind the bar, racing outside to meet up with everybody else who are heading for the barracks. That is where we will end today's session. You wanted something
All
cool,
right.
a little cliffhangery. There you go.
All right.
You're
You gotta
right.
have
You
something.
delivered.
That
You
was so
delivered.
cool. That was neat. I love that.
7-7.
I just want to say the voice is incredible. The best, like
I
literally.
could not.
They were so funny.
Oh gosh.
I was like on the floor at one point. Like
Just going back and forth.